Hey, everybody. I'm just grabbing my drink. It's good to see everybody in the side chat. Duncan 1900, I think, was in first tonight. Thank you, Brenda, for coming in. Gardening Warrior Q, thank you for coming in. Hey, Old Ways, Gardening and Prepping. Hey, Mama Owl. For those of you who don't know, down here, this is for Mama Owl and her husband, Papa Owl or Junior. You've been hearing about him. He has surgery coming up this Monday. If you want to hear about how he's doing, Mama Owl has updates posted on her page. She just did one recently that you can hear about how his condition is, and right now how they have not had any income, I believe, since March, I think it was, is what she said. And he was the main breadwinner. Did that come out of my mouth? Yeah. Okay. But yeah, that's the PayPal Cedar. Go through friends and family, and it will lead you to her, and you can just drop her a little something so she can eat while she's in the hospital, and so they can, pay their bills. So let's see who else has come in. Hey, Bob, it's good to see you. Oh, thank you. Thanks, Teresa. Yeah, my birthday is Sunday, and no, I wasn't born in 1960, Q. Adding 10 years on. Hey, Bob, thank you. To Florida, babe. Hey, Barry, Storms, Radios, and Cats. Oh, I know you wanted to make something to eat. I hope you can while I'm on, you know. In fact, I just got like this really major craving for noodles. Probably because I haven't really been eating much. Hey, it's good to see you, buddy. I missed you. Hey, almost homesteading. Thank you for coming in, Janet. And Lark's Homesteadish. Thank you for coming in. Appreciate it. Oh, thanks, Homestead Aquarius. Thought I was going to have to hold you at gunpoint making those comments. Yes, okay, I was right. March 30th is when, yeah, they haven't had income since March 30th. So you can imagine how difficult. I'm so glad you got internet back. Oh, AT4. Thank you. My bangs, where these came from? Hold on, let me see if I still have the picture here. I'm in a room full of boxes, as most of you know who come to my lives. A lot of them are pictures. My mom was like a picture. Actually, I don't want to say my mom was. My dad always had a camera in his hand. He was always taking pictures. But my mom loved pictures and cards. And, I get some of that from her. So it's like you never know when to get rid of certain cards. And now I'm so glad I have some of them from my mom with her signature on it and my dad. And oh my gosh, yeah, there's some in here we will not be showing. This was me and my cousins. That's what I was like, you know what? I think I'm going to do some bangs. They're a little bit longer there, but that's me in the 90s. And since, the 90s are coming back, I'm like, you know what? Maybe I'll bring bangs back. And then I caught him and I'm like, maybe I shouldn't have brought bangs back. But yeah, that was kind of, but here I am at an earlier birthday. I don't know why my eyes are shut. Probably because back then they didn't have digital, so you didn't know what you were getting until you got it home after all the film was developed. Oh, I was actually 1 year old there. Wow, 1971. So you can do the math. Anyway, it's not going to be like picture night. It was just here, and that's. Oh, wait a minute. There's another one. I don't know what birthday that was. It was probably my 9th. We moved here in 1979, right before my 9th birthday, and we moved to. For those of you who don't know, my friends know this story. We moved to a block that was mostly all retired people. And we had one person on the block that had a daughter my age. They moved within 6 months. And then I didn't have any kids my age on my own block. And in California, where we had moved from, I had 22 kids, and it was like a double cul-de-sac. So we all kind of played together, and then our moms would walk us to school together. But yeah, it's good to see you guys. I don't think I missed anybody coming in. I just wanted to make sure I said hello. I did say hello to you too, Tibor, when you came in. I appreciate you guys all being here. Hey, KP Heathen, thanks for coming. I told him I would tell a quick story too about my parents. My parents had citrus As you guys know, my dad stopped gardening when he came to Florida because of our soil, which isn't soil. Hey, CR. It's sand. And my father was a farmer. He, grew up farming. They lived up in upstate New York, and he farmed till I want to say his 30s at least. He was back on the farm, off and on the farm, helping his dad until he started working with TVs. And I'm talking about the tube TVs, and then he went to IBM. So anyway, we make a few moves because it was IBM. And he had just planted, I want to say it was 6 fruit trees. Actually, I have his notebook here. Hold on. I think I have it. This might be it. Yeah, I do. Okay. I actually have his notebook. I'm so blessed that I have this. But I have to just peek and see if I have there's a page on it in here where he kept every single little fruit tree label, which is kind of amazing. And I also found his pictures of his banana tree. That's the only thing I saw him plant that bore fruit. Yeah, he's even got old things in here about the citrus trees. It says summer diseases attack citrus. I mean, this was back in the day before we had internet. So you would cut these interesting things out and put them like right here. This is what you're looking for an aphid and a mite. You got them out in newspapers in the garden section. Here we go. Okay, so my dad had just planted a Santa Rosa plum, an apricot, because I can't say whatever that is, the cultivar, yellow delicious apple, red delicious apple, Babcock peach, Bartlett pear, a black cherry, and a nectarine. So he had just planted those. He had made like a border all around our backyard. I remember we just had strawberries. And it came to be that my mom was always wanting to move near a beach. And they had the opportunity to move to either North Carolina or they could move to Boca Raton, Florida. So they went to North Carolina and they checked it out. And of course, they came down to Florida, which they had been to before because we have family in Florida. And it was like a no-brainer. Like, we're going to Boca. We're going to go move there. And that was the personal computer days. So we buy this house here in Boca Raton, Florida. And my dad actually came out and did the hunt for the house. Hey, Polar message. Thanks for coming in. And anyway, he does the hunt for the house and he has to find enough rooms for all of us to come out. My brother and my sister still live with us. Their partners were coming out too. I can't imagine my parents having to do this move. And we get the house, got 5 bedrooms. My dad even found one with a pool. But what my dad liked most of all was it had a orange tree, a grapefruit tree, and a tangelo, I think is how you say it. Oh, and it also had a, what is that tree? I can see it, but I can't. Loquat. I think it was a loquat. Yeah, it was a loquat. The neighbors had those cute little tiny oranges that you can eat their skin. And you know what's funny is we didn't know that. The whole time we lived there, we didn't realize. We tried to peel them and eat them. Nobody ever told us, oh no, you pop the whole thing in your mouth and you eat it that way. So he gets these beautiful trees. We have them there for years and years and years. And I don't remember when canker hit Florida. Okay, you're going to have a new update tomorrow morning. Okay. That was Mama Al. This is her link, by the way, guys. If you have a little something extra that, and you're feeling generous, please consider giving them a little something to go on right now. She's in the hospital with her husband. He's getting operated on finally. 2 hours from home, I think it is. 2? Or is it 4? I forget. And they could really use the financial help and also the prayer support if you can't financially help them. Hey, Tofu, it's good to see you. So anyway, my dad gets this house. He's so happy with the trees. Also sees the soil as he's trying to try new things too. Complete sand. He's like, I'm done. Never going to garden again because I'm not gardening in this. And he starts researching. One thing he planted was banana, which was funny because that was one of the first things I wanted to plant. was a banana circle when I started studying permaculture. And I mean studying, like researching it online. I didn't get a course. But we lived there all those years. It performs beautifully. That orange tree was wonderful. We had fresh orange juice. We had fresh grapefruits for years and years. And family who would come down loved our grapefruits. And canker hit Florida. And the greening, too, of the fruit hit Florida. And I don't remember which one it was. I'm pretty sure it was the canker, where because it was an insect that was delivering the canker up to the trees. It it caused like this mad dash to get ahead of this disease, because we have the citrus industry at that time that's huge, and they cut down the trees of people at people's houses. They went around house to house. If you had a citrus tree, you needed to let them know, because of this horrible thing that could throw Florida into crisis. So they cut down our trees. But long story to say, it wasn't until my mom moved back here in 2019 in October that she got a check for like $500 for her 2 trees that were cut down, because the Tangelo had, passed before this happened. It had died. And we were like, what the? Somebody, I don't know if they did a class action lawsuit. I have no idea. But Florida had to pay all the homeowners, and it finally got to my mom when she moved back here. They made good on the money that they needed to give the, homeowners. Yeah, banana is actually a plant, and the hands come from uh, the flowers, you'll see, and it's a male flower that comes out, and all the female flowers are inside of it. It's like one big, flower. And then it opens, and what become the hands are the female flowers. See, I've never heard it called a berry, though. That's interesting. I'll have to look that up. So anyway, that was my long story, KP Heathen, because KP Heathen has it's a video on showing his dad's orange tree, and his dad did take really good care of his orange tree, because that thing is going off. You should see all the oranges on that tree. Amazing. It looked so delicious. But anyway, I'm going to drop the link for those of you who want to come up. That was basically, I was just referencing my birthday is Sunday. This is my live stream that's closest to my birthday, so I mentioned it. But just the juxtaposition of certain things in our lives, how you can be going through something really awesome, like I'm having a birthday, but our church is closing tomorrow. Like they're having like they're trying to sell off the last of the stuff, and that little church is gone. And they supported us through the adoption of Malachi and fostering him, and through the death of my mother, and it was really the pastor and his wife who supported us, but the church did too. Like they knew about it. They were praying for us. And after COVID, people moved away, people had passed away, and it just dwindled down to such a small amount of people, and everybody's kind of struggling, and it couldn't support the rent of the place. So yeah. Oh, thanks, CR. I think you said that to me another year for my birthday. Looking good for 29. I'm actually 53. Not in here, but according to my birthday, I will be 53 Sunday, which is crazy. Really? They're bug testing. Wow, near you. Hey, Rob, what's up? Good to see you too. I'm doing all right. I'm glad to see like my friends here. I'm glad to see that Aid got his Wi-Fi back. And I know a lot of people are up to stuff. It's the end of the month. Some people have, jobs that, accounts have to be settled at the end of the month, and they're just like my husband, like we can't take end of the month off. And some people work from home, so I totally get it. They're probably wiped. So I appreciate it. I appreciate you all coming in and making time for me. I really do. Well, let me drop the link and let me find it. I am a little out of it. I will tell you that. I'm finally being treated for adult ADHD. Can you believe that? Me? And my brain is getting used to the meds. I'm not going to stay on them forever. It's more or less going on them so I can get through the piles and piles that my mom left behind. I had a dear friend, though, tell me her daughter had passed many years ago, and she said they're just getting to her daughter's room. But, I mean, that's a daughter. That's different. If my daughter died, yeah. It would take me probably 10 years, too, to go through her room. So bless my friend who's doing that right now. Okay, so here's the link. Not to be Debbie Downer. Sorry about that, guys. But here we go. And all my folks know that if you want to come up on panel, you have to show your face. That's the rule, because trolls will actually copy names and try to come up on panel. So we don't do that. We show face. And then you can go behind your, screen if you don't like, staying on camera. Everybody but Homestead. I understand Homestead Aquarius. Although we're going to have to come up with some kind of signal. Maybe, well, don't give me the finger. Like, don't come on camera and give me the finger, but, got to, not violate or anything, but show something. Oh gosh, that doesn't sound right. Show something. Rephrase. Yeah, keep it clean. But anyway, so yeah, it was basically, I was just thinking of how many times in our lives we have something that's so spectacular and then something really difficult. Yeah, thumbs up would be good if you can. Maybe it'll share me out more. That we have something so difficult and so spectacular happen close together. There we go. He might show his nutty buddies. Oh, wait. That could be bad too. I know, right, CR? I dug the hole more, just like a gardener. Whoops. I'm good at digging holes. Hey, TN. Oh, okay. You've had a wild day. It's weird that you were doing tires and my husband got a flat tire yesterday. It's pouring here. Thankfully, we have good neighbors, and one of our neighbors saw the flat on his truck and is like, you have flat on, whatever side it was. Texted him, and he didn't know who it was. Yeah, secret code words. You could show something. Oh, dear. But yeah, my husband was thinking of the poor guy, and he's like, we're going to go up to the 7-Eleven and get underneath the covering. So I'm like, what? And he's like, yeah, so he doesn't have to get soaked on his back. I'm like, oh, yeah, that would be nice. Go ahead and do that. Hey, Misha, thanks for coming in, hon. Appreciate you. Good to see you, TN. You're howling over there. I bet you are. Thank you. Yes, I appreciate it. Oh, be darn. KP's coming up. Oh, cool. Okay. I'm going to add you to the stream. Hey, everybody. This is KP.
How's it going?
Good. Where are you from, KP?
Louisiana.
Oh, that's right. You did mention that and something. Okay.
Yeah, I'm outside. Got solar power lights.
That's all right. We have people that stream where they can. Mama Al sometimes streams outside and she looks like she has a halo on her head because of the lighting is like right above. So, yeah, your tree was beautiful. You said that was your dad's old tree that he took care of for you, or?
Yeah, he bought it with a small, then just kept taking care of it, throwing ammonium nitrate on it 3 months a year in the summertime. It got that big. It was actually bigger when a couple months ago, but we had to trim it back because the parish got onto us about it.
Oh, okay. Hold on. Here's Brenda's coming up. Hey, Brenda.
Hello.
KP, do you want to just go by KP?
Oh,
that's fine.
Okay.
Hang on a second.
All right, Duncan. Yeah, you had to cut that back, and if you guys see his video, it's loaded and it's big. It's Amazing. Yeah,
It
my dad.
was about
Go
12
ahead.
foot tall, about maybe 18 foot around, and it was
Wow.
going across the sidewalk, so we had to trim it back.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, it's probably why it fruited so well for you too, because
Yeah,
the fruit trees like a little bit of trimming back, and then they'll usually give you a bit more as long as you cut them
from the,
at like the right angle, the
yeah.
branches. But
Last year, so you go ahead.
no, go ahead.
Last year, we started harvesting right around harvest season for those
Hmm.
type trees, and we went all the way into December,
Oh my
still
gosh.
picking. Yeah,
Wow.
we finally finished
Awesome.
December 16th.
That's awesome. Yeah, down here, I think we still had grapefruits in November because that's when my grandmother would come down and she always loved the fresh grapefruit off the tree. They would come down for snowbird season. So they wouldn't get killed by our like August and still in September. It's hot down here. But you guys have the heat. I mean, I can't even talk. Louisiana is just,
Hop, skip, and a jump away.
yeah, but you guys bake on that Gulf. I'm on the East Coast, so we don't bake as much as y'all over on the Gulf. It's,
Yeah, true.
yeah,
But you're under that first stage power grid warning.
yeah. I'm like, what is that? It's also while other stuff is going on politically. It's like,
Yeah,
interesting. Yeah.
Our electric's been flashing off here almost daily, but it's only for like a few seconds. Just
That's
long
just,
enough to screw up computers and TVs and
of course. Yeah. I don't know why they
just enough
can't
to make it.
fix it. It happens every single summer. And New Yorkers die every single summer up in those old buildings.
uh-huh.
So it's just
Huh?
sad.
Are you going to go to Warsaw in the morning?
Like, because all they have is their, the window cooler, the air conditioners up in those old tall buildings. And if they cut the electric, they can't sometimes even open a window. Like, what do they do? That's horrible. Absolutely
Exactly.
horrible. So yeah, we've had though it's funny, we've actually had cooler weather than up north. And but we've had rain, and that's what I'm dealing with my plants is just nonstop rain every single day. Plants like water, but they don't like that much water. They get waterlogged and it kills them off if
Yeah,
you're
that's for
getting
sure.
just like too much. Not stuff in the ground though. I'm talking about like raised bed annuals. My stuff in the ground is dealing with it okay. They seem fine. And in fact, actually my little tree that is in a pot actually did flower again. It's a Barbados cherry, so I'm hoping I'll get cherries finally off of it. It's old enough to flower. So praying. I just want to try one. I know they're kind of tart, but really good. It's where we get vitamin C from. It's a natural form of vitamin C, the Acerola cherry. I think I'm saying it right. Also called Barbados cherry down here.
I got a Louisiana education, so I can't say it neither.
Okay. Yeah, Florida education here too. Same thing. Same difference.
Yeah, for the past week and probably for the next couple of weeks, we're like daytime highs are like up around 100. Our heat and yesterday it was 98 and the heat index was 113.
Ugh,
Ouch.
But
that's
you know what? At
horrible.
night it dropped down to 70.
Yeah.
I'm like, are we turning into a desert or what?
Yeah.
We have done this all summer long. It gets hot in the daytime. At night it gets cool. We were in the 60s up until a couple weeks ago at
That
night.
sounds like California. California was like that. We'd get real hot in the summer during the day, but then it would cool off at night and make it kind of bearable to deal with. It would be like, okay, shoo,
60
cool
was
down the
almost
house.
too cold.
Oh, wow,
When it's a-
Tibor.
when the- yeah, that's not good.
No. Tibor's in Ohio, and he said his heat index was up to 115 up there.
Mhm. That's
Yeah.
because since it finally decided to rain, we've been getting these little bitty spot showers of a morning, which just drives the humidity up then for the rest of the day.
Wait, CR, is that Celsius or Fahrenheit? Because we don't know Celsius down here in
49.
America. In America, they didn't teach us how to.
That's 49 Fahrenheit. Boy, you live too far north.
Wow. I can't imagine. I would
No.
Yeah,
totally be sweatshirt.
after I got
I'm
off of work, it started to rain.
oh wow.
I'm
Yeah,
like,
Now,
I
why
it was
couldn't
was
we
like
have
that when we
one
were
this
in
month?
Maine. We spent the summer in Maine, and I was like, oh no, go back home because I can't take summer. I'll die come winter here. It could be 80 degrees outside, and it literally felt like the sun was sitting right on top of you.
oh wow.
But if it clouded up and started raining, it would instantly drop 30 degrees.
See, ours like 49D. Had to put an F. Then he puts an F in my chat. Hey, watch your mouth. Watch your mouth. All right, so that was 49 Fahrenheit. Yeah, that's definitely sweater weather for us down here. We'd be like, oh, it's cold. That's cold.
There's a reason. Anytime, have you ever watched movies that are made in Maine?
Mm-hmm.
Even in the
Yeah.
summertime, if you notice, everyone carries a jacket with them.
Yes.
There's a
Yep.
reason for that.
Yep. Oh, always says it's doing that there too. Oh, it's fine, Rob. It's okay. I appreciate you listening. I'm sure people understand. We all are. That happens to me
Oh,
sometimes
yes.
during lives. And this
Yeah.
new medicine, I think I forgot to really eat anything but popcorn today. That's not good. So,
No, that's not good.
whoopsie. No.
I think I
Other,
might have to
I
have a
fixed.
popcorn diet.
you're going to what?
I think I'm gonna have to change to a popcorn diet because I've been eating Vienna sausages for the past week.
Oh.
Ooh,
Oh, the sausage
Because
we
diet.
had fish and
it's
chips
so
for
hot
supper.
outside. It's so hot outside. You don't want to put nothing heavy on your stomach, but then you're all
Yeah.
bloated if you do. You know?
And who
Yep.
wants to stand in front of a hot stove? But
Yeah. Oh, actually, no, I take it back. I watermelon and popcorn. I did eat watermelon. Watermelon, I love watermelon during the
oh, I love
summer.
watermelon.
Yeah,
I start
especially with the little
craving
salt.
watermelon about February.
Oh, play it? I don't
I,
know if I can. I don't know how to do that. Um, hold on. It's not showing me where I can grab it. Hold on. Let me go over to the YouTube side, Tibor. Doo-doo. No way. How did there's a happy birthday song with my name in it? I didn't know that existed on here. That is cool, T4. Thank you. I'm going to pause it so it doesn't accidentally kill you. That was so sweet. Oh, I don't know what happened to my link. That was weird.
yeah.
Yeah, that was strange. You guys see me now? I don't know if I don't think I have the mirror me on here in the settings. Yeah, I do. I don't know what's going on.
Oh my goodness. Yeah, I would be diving into that too.
Yeah, I got goodies coming my way. I ate, well, I was making up today for the days before because I've been eating like strawberry mochi nonstop.
Ah.
That sounds so good, Rob.
Mm-hmm. It does.
I would too. Yeah, I wouldn't wait too long at all.
We had fish and
Thanks to.
technically fries.
Mm. Yeah, I just told my husband, I'm sorry, I'm not making dinner tonight. Poor man. He's like,
I
that's all
get
you have to
those.
do, woman.
I get those individual trays, and any leftovers goes in those, and they go in the freezer. That
That's
way,
a good
on
idea.
a day when I don't feel like cooking or I don't want to cook, I just tell him go dig in the freezer.
Yeah. I was
There's all
actually
kinds of
watching.
leftovers in there.
Oh, fish and that sounds good too. Fish and taters. Yeah.
Yeah,
I know the
that's what
feeling
I made
because
for supper.
I'm out there in the sun all day, and then I come home and then I cook for the family and everything. I'm like,
And that gets
Ugh,
you.
I can't get away
Why
from
aren't
the
you up
heat.
here? Why aren't you up here, Bob?
Yeah, Bob, you're more than welcome to come up. If you need the link, I'll drop it again. Yeah, Oh my gosh. I love to cook
Yeah.
too. I just was not in the mood tonight to
We had
make.
teriyaki chicken yesterday
Yeah, it sounds good
and
too.
yellow rice.
Mm,
Check out my short video on a roast I did.
mm.
Ah,
You can just tear it apart with butter knife or even just forks. You go to put the
Oh,
fork in and it just starts
yeah.
coming apart. That's how
You and
tender it
Tien.
was.
You and
how
Tien would get along.
did you
He
cook
loves to
it?
cook.
On the smoking on the grill or?
I did that before and it came out the same way. It's all with the marinade that you do. That's how I found that out the hard way. The
Yeah.
marinade you use will make the roast tender.
Hmm. Yeah.
I
I
could take a $2 steak and make it real tender.
hmm
Nice.
I do
I was
that with
having
deer meat.
trouble with my. It's like the London broil cut last night. I kept it nice and like uh rare in the middle, not like rare, but medium rare, I guess.
Yeah.
And still parts of it were
A
tough. I
little
was like,
pink.
should have beat the crap out of it, and I didn't.
Uh,
What is it? My signal dropping or no?
Oh,
I
you're
keep
fine
hearing.
with this end.
Oh, okay. Heard you say.
yeah,
Oh,
you're fine. Oh,
just
no, it's not about what you were saying.
sorry, old ways. Yes, I did just say that, didn't I? Gosh, I'm digging holes for
I had
myself.
I had to say that
Inappropriate.
mason jar glass that you just had. That around this area is known as a moonshine jar.
And yeah, I know.
Of
No
course they
moonshine.
are.
I know.
May
They
as
always
well
think
walk
I'm
Alright.
into the
drinking
kitchen.
moonshine.
I
No
was
wonder
already
why.
saying, oh, you breaking out the shine? Uh-oh.
Yeah.
Trying
And
to
it's
make
clear
myself
liquid too.
trying to drink water. I couldn't handle shine. I swear, I don't know what happened. Like, I was thinking about that. Like, all you people that are in your 30s right now, listen up. Age doesn't creep up on you. What it does is you get to certain ages, like you go, 30, 35, like every 5 years, what it is it's like somebody in a scooter driving by and just kicking you. it's, it's not a creeping, it's just like a bam.
It's like
Yeah,
every 5 years or so, Mother Nature whacks you over the head.
exactly. Like, what the heck?
Yeah.
So yeah, I can't do alcohol anymore. It just makes me tired, like really tired. What's sad is too is it's like
Oh,
I'll just start to feel good off of one maybe drink, and I'll go,
yeah.
oh, okay, I can handle another.
That's the whole
Well,
point of me
me,
drinking.
I
Yeah,
get all
sleeping.
warm and fuzzy and I want to curl up and go to sleep.
Yeah, I did that to my poor daughter. We went out to dinner. We're
Oh,
going to
no.
a movie, and luckily we were with one of her friends, and they're going in and out of shops in the mall, and I'm like, I passed out in one of the mall chairs, and I'm like, what the hell? Am I my father? What happened? My dad didn't do that until he was like in his 70s. Like, he didn't come home and fall asleep.
Uh-oh.
He was full of energy. I'm like, dang, what happened? I'm not that old yet. But yep, that was what was that? Second whiskey sour I think I had with pizza. We went to that pizza place, California Pizza Kitchen.
Huh.
Ooh, I love pizza. Want the shovel? Yeah,
Food
I need the
usually
shovel.
slows that reaction down.
What was that? Oh, food.
Food,
Yeah, I know.
yeah. Yeah, it usually slows that reaction down.
I think
You'll
it's
get drunk
just
10 times faster on an empty stomach.
yeah. Oh yeah. Oh, totally. I remember that from being younger and not knowing that and being like, yeah, not watching my alcohol and then trying to eat after. Bad,
There's no
bad.
fun watching your alcohol.
Yeah.
I
That
figure, I
sounds like
figure I should,
something somebody from Louisiana would say. Everybody that I know from Louisiana knows how to party.
whatever happened to hurricane parties? We don't have those anymore.
I know. Well, I think it's because people saw other people's houses get blown away or to bits, and they're like, "Oh, we probably should prep up a little bit, make sure
I hear
we're
you.
set."
That
Oh,
doesn't work on you? Uh-oh.
there's Bada Bing. There he is.
Yeah, I rode Hurricane Katrina out.
Hey, Bob.
Hello,
Can you
hello.
move? Can you move? Oh, I can hear you. Your head. There you go. There
I'm
you
here.
go.
I'm here.
the signal.
Barry, didn't I see you over somewhere else's channel a little while ago?
Who?
Barry's in here.
Oh, over at
Barry,
yes.
Storms Radio.
Verna.
Verna.
He said that Verna was fixing dinner.
Oh.
Verna is Verna Cardone. If you like little
You s-
Asian ladies, she's a beautiful
Mhm.
Asian woman.
You have to really pronounce this out. Miss Verna Cordon. Oh,
can't do
she's
it.
like, ooh la la.
Tibor! Oh my gosh, the side chat is so funny. You guys are too
Yeah.
funny.
Yeah, I figured I'd join you on the live. That way you can see that I'm who I say I am and not who you thought I was.
Yeah, I'm sorry about that. I had just kicked him at the end for saying just some not nice things to my friends and even kind of making a rude comment to me. I was like, you know what? Too old to deal with it.
Hey, CR. Yeah. Hey, CR. Good to see you here.
It's
Yeah,
all
he
good.
has
You know how
Verna.
it is. You gotta protect your own, you know that.
Yep, that's how it is. That's for sure. That's for sure. You just got to choose the friends that'll do the same for you too. That's the only thing.
Right.
I'm learning that
Tibor.
still.
For starters, when you get a channel and you want to do lives and you decide you need somebody out there in your chat to whack trolls, when you choose your people, choose people you know, but
Yes.
also set down your ground rules for your channel.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yep.
This is what's allowable and this is what's not. And if they're doing what they're not supposed to,
Yeah.
whack them out.
Yeah, and for me, like I wouldn't have wanted anybody to whack this person in the middle of it. It was I wanted to take some time to figure out what was going on after.
Yeah.
You know, like
Yeah,
it was like it was one of those things where it's like it was building. Like, okay, that's not cool. Maybe this, let it slide. Okay, there's another comment that's not cool. All right, that's your third one. Bye. That's
you
it.
might want to
And
be careful saying whack around somebody from Louisiana because they do have the MOB here, you know.
we
We
have it
wind
here.
up being gator food if
That's
you're in
true.
Louisiana.
Yeah, we have it here. We have
They'll
it
well
in
jump in a 55-gallon drum and throw you in the bayou, you know.
Yikes. Wow.
Take that ride across the causeway and drop you in Lake Pontchartrain.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, they used to just throw you to the pigs during the farm, like when everybody had farms. Now they get creative.
Yeah.
Not
Up here,
everybody has pigs now.
It used to be you end up in the bottom of the Mississippi.
Wow. Fun. Not?
Big muddy.
Well, the Seattle here, we're the home of Ted Bundy, so we're all familiar with the bring a shovel.
Yeah.
Bring a shovel party. Yeah.
Okay. Storm
Louisiana
says Go ahead.
Louisiana seems to draw the crazy people. Remember those teenagers from Florida that came here from killing one of the kids' mothers, parents, and everything.
Oh my
That they claim to be vampires and everything.
Yeah, I remember that. Yeah.
I actually don't watch much of the news because it gives me anxiety, total anxiety. I start to watch it during hurricane season for the weather and the stuff that slips through. It's like, ooh, yuck.
I'm gonna tell you like this.
I watch those kind of shows on like Netflix or something like that, where they'll have a documentary about what you were just mentioning. You know, people like that. It's like, oh. Those were the kids next door. Wow.
I'm gonna tell you,
So
if you want to watch weather,
not at all what you thought.
if you want to watch somebody that can actually predict the weather, watch Ryan Hall, y'all. He's based out of Kentucky.
Oh yeah.
We all like him. Yep.
He's really
he is really good.
He predicted a tornado close by my mom's house out there in St. Charles Parish, and a tornado struck in Kelowna.
Wow.
That killed a lady that jumped across the Mississippi River and destroyed a New Sharpie and everything.
Oh wow. Yeah, those
Remember
scare
those
me
real
more than
bad ones
hurricanes.
that hit in Kentucky?
Yeah.
He was predicting exactly where they were going to hit at next, and he hit it right on the nose every time.
Right.
Amazing.
Wow.
Wow.
He's got a nice setup too. I think he spent $500,000 on his setup.
Mm.
I wouldn't doubt that a bit. He's also set up now to where people donate and they take stuff to these places where there's a lot of damage from tornadoes and hurricanes and storms and stuff.
Yeah.
Bear Independent. He's also another good channel that helps out with storm damage and everything.
Mm-hmm.
I
Oh,
don't
really?
mean to be dropping links or anything like that for anybody, but yeah, Bear Independent.
Yeah, Lex, he was right on the money every time.
Yeah.
Yep.
I've heard of him, but I'm not sure where.
Oh my God! Even CR has got a shovel. We've infected Canada. Oh.
Yeah, no, we're not doing body disposal. Sorry, Janet. Janet's comment was hilarious. She goes, "I always enjoy a good chat about body disposal."
That's the only problem that I have with going live with on another channel is I don't get to see the comments because I love reading the comments.
Oh, really? Oh, what are you doing it on, like a phone or a tablet? Is that why?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's hard. I even going live at the beach when I do a live, it was so hard to read any comments. And I was the only one on there. The way it does it and lays it out.
Y'all would probably like this one video I did where I went around St. Charles Parish, filming different filming locations. Like, remember the fire scene and Interview with a Vampire with Tom Cruise and Brad Pitt? The first plantation that I went to, that's where they filmed it. That's where I met them at because I was a fireman at the time.
Oh, cool.
And then it kind of goes to doom and gloom because of the ferry accident that they had back in the day where a lot of people lost their lives out there because the ferry boat captain was drunk.
Yeah,
hit
water
by
boat.
Yep. And then it went back down to like slavery and stuff like that. You know, just different plantations and different movie sets. Like the second one was if you ever heard of the movie Maggie with Arnold Schwarzenegger, the zombie movie he made.
No. I haven't.
He made a movie.
Bob probably would, but I haven't.
Yeah, he did it for free. I met him.
Wow.
I met him. I met Jean-Claude Van Damme in the Spillway when he was making a movie Hard Target.
Oh, cool. You guys, because being firefighters, having to be like, did they have to have you guys there on the scene for stunts they were doing and stuff?
Just in case.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna tell you, with meeting some of these stars, you might be happy with meeting them, but not all of them are great.
Yeah.
Tom Cruise, I wouldn't recommend it. But Brad Pitt, he was pretty cool.
Knock him on his rear.
Yeah, Don Johnson was like that back in the day. He was a real.
Van Damme was actually a pretty cool guy.
Really? Yeah, that was. Glenn Fry was like that from the Eagles. He was really nice, real sweet guy.
A friend of mine who was an EMT in New Orleans, when John Cena was out here filming 13 rounds, I think it was 12 rounds is what it was. He met him. He was real nice and everything, but now he's dressing up as a woman.
Wait, what? Who? Van Damme?
Yeah, John Cena.
John Cena.
I'm like, okay.
John Cena is dressing up as a woman. What is this world?
Yeah. Crazy.
He's so brave.
Really?
But
explains a lot though why he never married that female wrestler that he was supposedly with. He wanted to be her instead.
Now, if you want to meet a real cool, down to earth actor, Jason Statham.
Who?
Jason Statham.
The one who did Transporter. Is that him?
Yes.
The one.
Yes.
Yeah. He seems like
real nice guy. He can be a kind of a butt, but it all depends on how you go at him. Yeah. I met him a couple of times on the different Expendable movies. He also did a real good movie out towards Homefront. I highly recommend watching that movie.
Okay.
That sounds familiar.
If it's on
my wife is in love with Jason Statham.
Oh, really?
I tease my wife. I tease my wife. I say, "What's that short, bald Englishman got that I ain't?" Come on,
wicked kicks. He's got some wicked kicks.
Bald head, maybe. I got peach fuzz.
A few $1 billion more than
Yeah,
me. I
right.
might have something to do with it.
He always is
And
rescuing
he's
the
got
ladies.
abs on his back.
Yeah.
If you ever seen the movie Death Race when he was in the first Death Race that they brought the remake of it,
Never heard
if you
that.
look at him in that movie, he has abs on his back. His lower back
Wow.
has abs.
Get out.
Oh,
His
God.
flanks are all cut.
Oh,
Wow. That's crazy. Chad hates me. It is skipping around a little bit, Larks. It's not just you, hon.
Okay.
Aw. You can't
Yeah,
sleep.
I
I'm
just tease my
sorry.
wife.
Food
I
for
tease my wife about it.
permaculture.
She loves his movies. Yeah.
Bless you, Howie. I hope you get some sleep.
Hi,
I hope you're
Howie.
doing okay. Oh, I don't ever get sleep. No, I do. I do eventually, like after 4 in the morning. Emma is the
Yeah, I
one.
suffer from insomnia myself, so I don't sleep much. I was up since 4:45 this morning, and I won't go to sleep till after 1, maybe 2 o'clock in the morning, just to get back up and bring my wife to work tomorrow.
Oh, wow. Yeah, my husband's coming
Okay.
over early to the church to help them open it and get it set up for the early
YouTube's been
birds.
crazy here lately, Larks.
It
There
could
again,
be
I
like
think
what
they've
they're,
always been crazy off and on.
yeah.
Haven't they
They-
changed a lot of rules here lately too?
Yeah, they're doing weird things. I forget what. Oh, I was in somebody's chat and you couldn't even share links as a mod. Like it wasn't letting you. And somebody else I heard complained to the same thing. So I think they're trying to roll that out that we can't share links as mods anymore, which is so you can't do a grow channel.
Yeah.
They're stopping that because they don't want a bunch of people getting to that.
Mhm.
You know,
Larks, have you
share.
tried going out and coming back in? No, it's not just you, honey.
No,
They're,
it's
they're
not
doing
just
it to
you.
everybody. But you might want to try going out
Weird.
and then coming back in and see if it'll straighten up.
Well, it could be getting hacked too. We've got a lot of that going on.
That's true too.
Both those two
Oh, you
countries
did. It's
that.
fine now. Okay.
Oh, good. Okay.
Awesome.
Well,
Yeah,
I hate to
sometimes you
cut
have to
it
go all the
short.
way. Oh, you got to go for her tomorrow.
I don't have to go. It's just that my phone's at 17%.
Oh, we know what that's like. That's Homestead Aquarius usually. He's like, I got to go plug it in. Okay.
I hear
Totally.
you.
Thank you for coming up, KP. You're welcome anytime.
All
Appreciate
right,
it.
I appreciate it.
Okay.
Bye-bye.
Later.
Have a good night. All right. Bye.
Later.
Hi, and little
Take care.
fish in the
That's his
kitchen.
channel right there, you guys. KP Heathen is his channel. Check him out. He's kind of new to the community.
Right on.
He came in and I thought he was somebody else, like their secondary channel. Hey, little fish in the kitchen. Hi, good to see you. Well, I think I saw somebody else come in too.
Yeah.
Sorry.
I
don't
can
wanna be
watch a
rude.
live on my phone, but I can't.
Ginger, I
Participate.
haven't seen you. I hope you're well. Good to see you,
Ginger.
Oh, Carol, if you recall this last winter, how I mixed up all this potting soil with leaves and coffee and all that. Well, it was good fertilizer, but did exhaust it pretty quickly. It's pretty much exhausted now.
Yeah,
Oh,
it does
You know,
that.
Yeah, it didn't sustain long term. It was eggshells, coffee, leaves, other organic material.
yeah.
And my flowers now are just having a heck of a time. So I tried some of that Alaska fish fertilizer, and I'm going to stick with that.
It's great
and then
stuff.
next year,
Yeah.
I think I'm just going to take that soil that I mixed all up and 86 it and start over with a good mix with bone meal, because I know bone meal works really well. Bone meal and then Alaska fish fertilizer.
Yeah, would add. What is it in your pots, right, Bob?
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Food, Howie's saying wood ash and biochar to it will help it too.
Yeah, I think
For
Yeah.
starters,
So will
pots
the
dry out so
potassium.
fast. You're watering them so much. You're literally flushing
Watering
everything out of them.
Yeah, they're not
Is the
very deep
problem.
pots too. That's part of it. I think there's a place for all that stuff if you've got like a a compost box that the worms can get at that material and turn it in.
Uh-huh.
That would
Hey,
be
P2E.
perfect, but I don't have that. I've just
Hey,
got pots.
P2E.
Yeah, I still need to set up a new compost because
Morning.
the roller was not working. Those little
Oh, it didn't
Carol,
no,
can you
because it's
drop the
got two
link?
sides.
work out.
What? Oh, for who? What?
Storms.
Huh? Oh, yeah, absolutely. I'm sorry, I missed that. But yeah, you do top it off with compost would be great. But you
Biochar
can
will hold
sometimes
water
buy
and nutrients.
compost. You just have to make sure you read online if it's safe. Because some people have gotten the compost and had a bad result. It killed their stuff.
Oh,
Yeah. That's the
Because of
bad
the-
thing about getting it from someone else. Or
Yeah.
some
Night,
other
Howie.
company
Thanks,
or
Howie.
whatever.
Yeah, I don't want to put in a compost box because we're going to be overseas in just a few years. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
to me,
Yeah.
it's like I'm not going to put an
Hey,
in-ground
dear.
or raised beds or none of that. I'm just going to stick with some
Gear.
weird flower pots and then just go with it from there.
Night, Howie.
Gear's selling my links on the black market. The trolls. He was talking about that. Selling them to trolls.
Well, it's a good thing it ain't mine because he wouldn't get far with it.
Yeah. Ain't getting too far with this one, I hope.
They wouldn't want this one. It wouldn't get them nowhere.
That's good to see you, Gear. Yeah, with the pots so far, I top it off, but I also use an organic fertilizer that's got everything in it for that plant usually.
Yeah.
So I don't use
Pretty
just,
much
you know,
anytime you're using pots, even if it's, and I use the huge pots, big
here's
tubs,
Barry.
like the lick cut tubs for cattle.
Hey, Barry.
Hey, Barry.
Barry's feeling
I
cooler.
still end up having to either right back and refresh the top of it and or still use some sort of fertilizer,
Yeah.
which
Yeah.
probably the best one I found is rabbit pellets.
Yeah, I want to
But
get a
unless you're
rabbit
raising
just for
rabbits,
that.
those are hard to find.
Hmm. Yeah. I need to get a rabbit just for the pellets. That sounds terrible. I'm gonna feed it so it can make fertilizer for me. Hurry! Plop, 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 plop.
Hurry, little bunny, let's have a poo-poo now.
I'm gonna have to make like some contraption to where I can just roll it over those beds. Like, just feed it, roll it over the beds. The only thing is their pee is not that great. Their pee
It's
is
not.
pretty awful.
It's not, but now goat is good too.
Okay. Yeah, I'm not getting a goat anytime soon in an HOA, unfortunately.
Oh,
Unless I can put little paws on it. Yay!
Our neighbors,
Hoot hoot!
Oh, dude.
our neighbors had goats.
Oh, look who I get to sit next to. Hell yeah.
Try to
you get to sit next to
If I
Bobby.
could hug you, I would do it. Just give you a big hug. Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
Oh,
Right.
and
Yeah.
kitty butt. Now you're welcome. Sorry, Bob. What were you saying, Bob?
Oh,
Your neighbors.
No
neighbors
live
had
is-
goats when we were growing up, and to try to contain goats,
Oh,
good
yeah.
luck. Wow.
You know
Yeah.
what? I had goats for probably 10 years
Right.
here.
Janet,
And
me
you know
too.
what? The only thing I kept them in the field with was barbed wire.
Oh.
Yep.
They never
That
got
works.
out.
Mhm.
They didn't. They knew what that was. Like they just went against it once and they spoke to each other. Like
I
that stuff
guess.
is bad.
They knew
Bad.
not. Now, sheep, that was a different story. I couldn't keep sheep in the field.
Yeah. I've heard that.
Hey, almost homesteading. That sounds like a good idea.
If I had sheep, I might fall in love, but so we'll avoid that.
I missed something.
He said if he had sheep, he might fall in love, so he'll just not do that.
That was
Okay.
bad.
Yeah, so it was bad. Yeah, it was bad. Yeah. You
Hey,
don't want to-
dear.
Hmm?
Oh,
So how's hubby? How did you get to do a live? Are you in like a break room or?
oh, me?
Yeah.
I'm hiding in the bathroom.
I love it.
I
You're
can tell by
awesome.
the reverb.
I love it.
Plastic bathroom reverb. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Oh my lord!
Yeah, I couldn't help it, but it's a big bathroom.
Yeah, it's got good reverb though. It's got like you could sing in there and it would sound awesome.
No,
Good acoustics.
no, I'm not gonna sing.
Oh, damn it.
Darn.
I was going to sing with you.
I have a question
No.
for Bob and Sheep. He's a big jokester. I know, Janet. He talks about disposing bodies and what he might do with sheep. You know, if I didn't know Bob, I'd probably be like, meh, bye.
I got a spare bedroom.
Bye.
You want to come over to my house?
You're supposed to have a basement, so that's even more.
Oh, I do. But it's full right now. Oh,
It's full. Yeah, it's full of cement. Oh, wow. They're hard-headed and they push against
it puts
barbed
the
wire.
lotion on its skin, or else it gets the hose again.
Too funny.
Yeah, I snuck in the bathroom while he's asleep.
Oh,
Or
good. He's
kind of asleep. They woke him up to give him meds.
mm,
Oh, don't you just hate that in the hospital? They'll
No.
wake you up every night to give you a sleeping pill.
No, it's not a sleeping pill. These are important. These are what's
Yeah.
keeping him alive at the moment.
the BP
Blood
cocktail.
pressure meds.
The
His
BP.
blood pressure meds.
Did they
That's
give
what
him
they
though?
did to me when I.
Huh?
Did they give him the sleep though stuff? Because you said
Yeah, they gave him something to sleep, knocked his butt out tonight. And thanks gracious.
he gets
He
it.
needs sleep.
He
So
does.
do I.
Especially
I
for Monday.
crashed and burned last night. I couldn't help it. I was trying to upload the update video, and I just, no. Lights out.
I fell asleep loading that one, the pizza one. I woke up and I was like, oh, it's done. It's done loading.
I could see Mama out. I mean, she was fighting the sleep as she was finishing the video up. I felt so bad for you, Mama. I was like,
Oh,
I
that's
know.
because
stop talking. Press stop and go to sleep.
Yeah. You're so
Yeah,
tired.
that's
Your eyes, I can see them. I mean, if you just blinked one too many times,
Yep.
you know.
Yeah, they were getting really long, those blinks, right? Yep.
Yeah, that first one, I had been up. I had cat nap for 3.5 hours in a 48-hour period.
Can't help you say.
Yeah.
The poor nurse in the ER here at Vanderbilt was priceless. Apparently, was sitting there and she was talking to me, asking me questions, and apparently I fell asleep and leaned forward, almost fell out of the chair. She said, "Oh my God, are you okay?" I'm like, "What?" She goes, "You want some coffee?" Yes, I sure do. Woke right up.
Yeah.
Last night, I got about 6 hours of sleep.
Good. I'm glad you got some sleep. Finally.
6 hours is pretty decent.
Yeah. So that's about my average on a good night.
I usually average 2 to 3.
I know, Brent. I don't even know how you function, Brenda. I wouldn't be functioning.
And in the winter, sometimes it's a whole lot less than that.
That's just no.
Yep, I function on anywhere from 2 to fully function anywhere from 2 to 4 hours of sleep.
Mm-mm. Yeah.
2 to 3, I'm doing okay with the arthritis. 4 and on, it just gets worse and worse. And it's like, if I actually slept 6 to 8 hours, they'd have to bring a crane in to get my big butt up because I wouldn't be able to move.
That explains a lot. When I sleep in, it's worse to move. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, it is.
Micro naps. We need to adjust to micro naps. I like that, CR.
When I do sleep, I literally it's like I die. I don't move. So, if I sleep that long not moving, I literally can't move when I do wake up then.
Yeah. If Brenda was sitting on your enchanted couch, Barry, then she would be sleeping right now, probably.
Just like that. I mean, and she'd wake up and go, "Where in the world am I?"
Probably.
What time is it?
That's
Next year, don't worry about it.
When Barry disappears, we're always like, he must have sat on the couch.
On the couch.
The couch got him.
Or I'm talking to Asian women. Isn't it? That was
Oh,
like
yes.
the third
Did you
option.
like
wasn't
that
it,
one?
Carol?
Yeah. I didn't know Verna was on late. I didn't know she was on later.
He knows.
I had some good guesses.
I
If I am
think
not
that
being
little
honest.
girl that joined them for
Aw.
their meal. I think she was one of the neighbor kids. I think.
On
You know,
Verna's channel.
Yeah, that she made a big thing of noodles and chicken and on and on.
That sounds good.
She and her son. I recognize it, her son, but I think the little girl that was one of the neighbor kids. You see that over there quite a bit.
I love
You know,
that.
the neighbors will come over and sit down and eat with each other and stuff like that. But man, she had some eats there, guys. Oh Lord,
It sounds good to me. I'd eat it.
yeah.
Oh wow.
This lighting is horrible.
Yeah, my husband is like Larkson, like UQ. Like he needs to stay on his sleeping schedule, but he also does not take naps or go to bed like super early unless he's sick. Because he just
I've never been a big sleeper, even when I was growing up. But then when my youngest baby come along, she was the healthiest baby you ever seen until she was 9 months old. And between the time she was 9 months and 18 months, she was hospitalized 4 times.
Oh.
She had severe asthma, but they kept treating her for pneumonia, and it wasn't pneumonia. She was severe asthmatic. And she also had sleep apnea. She would quit breathing in her sleep.
Oh, terrifying.
The longest I've ever went without sleeping was 3.5 weeks. And at the end of 3.5 weeks, I was exploding on everybody.
How did you stay sane? I couldn't do that.
How is that even humanly possible? Yeah, I didn't know anybody could do that.
Dark chocolate and Mountain Dew.
Oh wow.
I lived on it. I also ballooned. I gained like 40 pounds during that time.
You probably blew your kidneys out.
But
With
I
Mountain
do know
Dew,
one
yeah.
thing about us YouTubers, and this could come in handy if SATF happens.
No,
we can all take, turns staying up, watching the perimeter, because we're all used to. We don't sleep. I mean, we're training ourselves for STA, SATF. Don't even know it.
You're right.
Yeah.
You're so right. Yep. You're so right. That's who you want with you during shift. You need some night owls for sure. Woohoo.
I've always been on night shift.
I was about to say that. She beat me to it.
Well,
I've always been a night owl, but it's worse now.
Spent 90% of my life looking over my shoulder to see who was there. Had to for my kids' safety. So, yeah, I'm used to it. I'm used to that one, especially the night watch. I spent many a night sitting in the living room chair with my buddy across my lap, waiting.
Oh wow!
Yeah, I did. I worked second shift, like 3 to 11, 4 to midnight, whatever, for 22 years. So that's just my natural time, And I switched to day shift. I just didn't. I didn't take to it. I didn't like graveyard shift either. But second shift, I could do that.
I'd probably be a second shifter too. I wouldn't like either of those.
Graveyard shift was mine. That was my jam.
You like the graveyard shift?
That would probably be mine. Would be graveyard.
Yep, that was mine.
When I worked in radio and they asked me if I wanted to do midnight to 6, I said, hell yes.
Yeah.
And I got a little extra for it. So it was nice. And
well, that would be horrible.
Sorry.
People bring stuff to you apparently too that late at night. So
my problem was, Vince, my youngest one was so little. You can't sleep when a little one's sleeping because she would quit breathing on me. And then I couldn't sleep when she was awake because, well, you can't sleep when you got a little one up running around.
True.
So I just didn't sleep.
Yeah.
But even when she was in the hospital, I didn't sleep. they come in
need
the middle of the
snacks.
night to do breathing
Yeah.
treatments, and that guy was like, "Why are you awake?" I'm
Mm,
like, "Because I'm used to being awake with her all night."
mm. Wow, Brenda. Oh my
And he's
gosh.
like, "But how do you stay awake?" He said, "I've asked them, and they say you don't sleep during the day neither." I said, "No, I don't." How are you doing that? What kind
She's
of
a
drugs are
damn
you taking?
vampire, that woman.
He's like, "What kind of drugs are you doing?" I said, "It's called Mountain Dew and chocolate. Caffeine
It's
or
called
more
legal meth.
caffeine?" It's got caffeine and more caffeine.
Yeah.
Well, we're
Oh.
gonna see how well I do because I'm gonna do a live Sunday. And it's gonna start at like 1 p.m. Sunday. And it's gonna end somewhere around noon on Monday. So
Oh,
we'll see
wow.
how I fare.
Oh my. Very.
Well,
Wow.
I'll fall asleep on camera.
Oh my. I hope
'Cause
not. That's a bad thing
Apparently
when
I
you do that.
snore, and I snore loud enough to shake the rafters. So
Ow.
let's hope that
that would
doesn't
be my
happen.
husband.
Hey, if it happens, you guys can tease me about it. I give you full license to tease me about it.
We'll have
My
to
husband has
record it.
laid down in the floor in front of the TV before and fell asleep, and the dog was laying next to him, and he snored so bad, it literally made the floor vibrate, and that dog thought something got him. He was jumped up yelping.
Aw.
Sounds
Oh
like
my
my
gosh.
dad.
Oh wow. Tibor, are you
Yeah,
tired?
my
You ready
dad
for
was
bed?
like that.
Yeah, I understand. I snore quite a bit, but I asked my missus, does it disturb you? She says, no, I feel comfortable.
Aw, it gives her reassurance that
Uh-huh.
Yeah,
that's
Yeah.
cute.
As long
It's
as you're
kind of,
snoring, she knows you're there.
Yeah.
yeah. And it's kind of weird about her. It's like when she snuggles up next to me. I heard this on another Filipina on YouTube. My wife does the same thing. She'll snuggle up around my back and put her arms around me.
Mhm.
She always puts her nose in my armpit. Yeah,
Well,
I guess
that's
it's that
different.
pheromone thing. They
Oh,
Hmm.
I've never heard that one.
smell her
Wow.
man, hear her snoring and all that, and okay, I'm safe. Weird,
Well,
A tiny tiger.
weird relationship.
You're gonna have to record that, Janet. I want to hear what a tiny tiger sounds like. That's funny. My snore.
Yeah, I've been accused of purring in my sleep.
Yeah. Gardening. Oh wow. Yeah, Q.
Are you part cat?
I would say we all are. We are like night owls, and cats are up late at night too,
yeah.
hunting.
We're owl cats.
We're
Yeah, you
owl
see that?
cats.
See that Q says the same thing.
Um,
Her youngest likes to smell her armpits. It's
Yeah.
like a drug to her. Yeah, my
Wow.
wife's about the same way, and I understand that.
Hey,
Filipina P mentioned that on one of her videos.
That's
why
crazy.
did you
People
call
She
do that.
likes to put her nose in her man's armpit. It's like, what? Okay.
No, I won't be up in no armpit. Ugh, no,
No,
I'm
me
good.
either. Me either.
my cat?
What's
Up
up,
on
What's
the
up,
shoulder,
family? Good to see you, Charles. Can always
up
drop
on
the
the
link. You're always
shoulder,
welcome.
good.
What was that?
I said, up on the shoulder, I'm good, or if their armpit is clean, I'm fine then. But yeah,
I go to bed clean.
Yeah, I used to love that. My husband would be right out of the shower. That smell. I prefer that.
Yeah.
I prefer that. I'm not, yeah. And poor little Malachi, he's starting to get a little odor to him, and I'm like, you've got to be kidding. Like, not ready. Like, only 9.
yeah, hormone time.
Yep.
Yeah.
So that's how it starts. I remember. But it just seems like it's happening earlier and earlier with these kids. And he hasn't
is.
eaten like chicken nuggets or any of that crap. So I don't know what happened.
Armpit by Javon.
Well, it's hard to completely
Oh, that's
remove
Javon.
all of that stuff from the diet.
True.
Because even what they claim is organic isn't really, it's not 100% organic.
Yeah,
Yeah.
true.
It's called testosterone.
Yeah. That's just natural.
That's exactly what it's called.
Mhm.
Don't have nothing to do with what you eat. It's called testosterone.
Yeah.
It's hormones coming out.
Yep. Yeah. Fair hormones.
Hormones.
Homestead Aquarius.
Said what? Who said what?
Homestead Aquarius, of course, said fair arm moans.
Pheromones.
Like pheromones.
Uh,
Yeah.
Oh my
But
God.
put arm, capitalized arm.
mhm.
Good to see you, Bushcraft. Bushcraft family did a live with Maureen. I missed it. Our girl, Diva in the Dirt. Maureen Washington. Did I get that right? I think I did. Yeah. It's festicular tortoise food is what it is. Is that what's doing it to Malachi? I'll have to cut him back on that. I have to cut him back on that festicular tortoise food.
I'll be right back. I'm gonna go get me a drink.
Okay.
I got
I'd
to
like
sneak in the room.
A stiff drink or
Coffee?
Lord, I wish it was a stiff drink. No,
I said that to them in the hospital. I'm like, where is the cocktail bar? Have you guys not learned yet?
I've already drank all my coffee, so I'm gonna go fix me a Coke.
Okay.
COKE. None of that other stuff. I'll be right back.
All right. Sure.
Yeah.
No, I believe it.
I remember when my son was about 15 or so, wife and I had to go into his bedroom. We're going to surprise him and get him a new bed, new frame, new bed and mattress, all that stuff. And we did. She looks down on the floor and she goes, "What's he got a bottle of Jergens lotion for?"
No.
And I said, "What do you think I told her what it's for. And I said, "What do you think?" She goes, "No, he doesn't. No, he doesn't." I said, He's a guy. What are you saying?"
No.
We do that.
I had a next door neighbor call me one night, all hysterical. Her son, who was an adult by then, had moved back home, getting divorced, and he moved back home for a while. She called me just to complaining up a storm. She cleaned the vacuum that day, and she found a Playboy magazine under the rug in the bathroom. And then she proceeded to complain about him taking long, hot showers.
Yeah.
Oh, honey, please don't tell nobody else. And she's like, "What do you mean?" I said, "What do you think I mean? Don't tell nobody else." And she's like, "Oh, no. Oh, my God. Tell me no. That's not what he's doing in my shower."
Yeah, I'll be right out and say it. Mrs. walked in on me more than once, and I just.
That's exactly what he's doing.
I'm prior military, and we don't have much boundaries, and she caught me red-handed, and I just smiled and said, "Come here, baby. You're just in time."
Something handed. That's for sure. Yeah.
Oh, this poor woman, she was just flipping out over it, and I'm like, would you rather he brought, something off the street corner in?
That's really hilarious.
Yeah, bring in call girls or something, or you rather do that? Which one do you want?
Oh my. Janet's like, red-handed.
Yeah. Well, I'm not ashamed of it, But yeah, she just saw me doing that, and she stood there and smiled. Caught you. Get over here. I need you.
Somebody's like later on going to see this live and go, "Oh, it's about prayer." Let me click on that and watch it. Oh, this is nice. Oh my gosh, they're burying people. Oh, some man is talking about getting caught red-handed doing. Oh.
What the hell? He's made you all right. You laugh until you snort.
We approve.
Yeah, that's good.
That's a good laugh. That's what we're here for, to support one another and make each other laugh in those times that are difficult. Oh my gosh. OCR. More than I want to know.
It's not red. Almost.
You're gonna go blind. Cut that out. Your face is gonna freeze
Yeah,
that
If
way.
we had
Look,
that aim.
look. I'm almost there. See, look.
It's so bad. Oh my gosh. Wow. You missed a lot.
Welcome
Okay, I'm finally back.
Well, you might not want to play that back when you were gone. It wasn't about you. It was just what was.
The conversation went into the gutter, Mama Al, and I was just sitting here smiling like, Mama Al's gonna be
That's
back in the
okay. I was arguing with a half asleep junior. My measurement is beeping. I said, I don't want to know about that.
Homestead, is that really you?
And my measurement,
I
he's
think
on
this
a
is
sleeping,
Homestead. I hope so.
he's on a sleeping pill now. My measurement's beeping. Now they done woke him up to take more blood pressure meds. And I'm like, oh, what are you talking about, honey? He goes, that thing, it's beeping. I said, honey, that's not a measurement. That's called the arterial line. They had to put in a special line in his left arm down into an artery to get a true blood pressure reading.
Ugh.
And yeah, if you just think about moving it, it's going to beep.
Does that.
So that was beeping. I told him, I said, go back to sleep. Don't move your hand.
Don't move and go back to sleep.
He's like, look at me. I said, I'm going in here into the bathroom to have a party. Go to sleep now. He looked at me. I'm like, oh, this is just too great. I got to quit. I said, I'm going back to chat. There's nobody in the bathroom but me and the phone and a bunch of wild people. I didn't know y'all were actually being wild, though.
We were. Homestead's having trouble.
While you were absent, I was shocked at the topic. I was shocked.
Homestead, are you here?
Yeah, sure, Bob.
I'm here. Happy birthday.
Good. Thank you. Appreciate it.
Hey, Homestead.
Thank you.
Hey, Bob.
So you just had to come up during that part right after that was over, huh, Homestead? Of course.
I don't know what. I don't know.
Bob in his red hands.
No shame here. You're just in time.
That's what I love about Bob. He's very honest. I like that about Bob.
What was it, about the 1 hour mark?
Probably. Maybe a little for like 110, maybe. Wow. Lark said they call that an art line. What he's got. It's called an art line. Art line, yeah. Like artery. They just call it art line.
Yeah, they call it an arterial here.
It's a special. Yeah. She said.
Yeah, no, it's not used for meds.
Yeah,
no, they were giving him his blood pressure pills by mouth. Because he's getting liquid blood pressure meds and pill form. That's the fun of getting his blood pressure to kind of sort of level out.
Yeah.
And then he had an episode today that scared the hell out of everybody. He took a sharp shooting pain. Right. I'm going to be posting the update tomorrow. We found out a whole lot more lies. Today.
Wow.
It's way worse than we thought it was.
It didn't sound good, just a little bit that you were telling us. So I can't, you poor thing, I can't imagine listening to worse. Whoa.
It might sound kind of cold, but the wife's been in healthcare for years, and she just says to herself, "Don't die on my shift."
I bet they do. That's probably terrifying for them. Like
all the state paperwork and on and on and on. And
oh, that's what we were saying about these other places that got rid of Mama Al's husband. Was either they didn't have the confidence to handle him, or they just did not want to deal with all the paperwork.
They didn't want to do it. There wasn't no money involved.
That too. Yeah, that too.
P2E, it's Mama Al's husband
Yeah,
is in the
Mama
hospital.
Al's husband, Papa Al. You can just call him Papa Al.
Yeah,
Or
everybody calls
Junior.
him something different.
Yeah,
He got
Junior,
told
Papa Al.
Julie started the junior or Arlo Junior because, well, before this happened, he looks rougher now, but this is taking a lot out of him. He's a spitting image of Arlo Guthrie.
There we go.
He could be Arlo Guthrie's son when he in a different picture we have. Yeah, so he's known as Junior, Tinian, Arlo Junior, Papa Owl now.
I love this.
He's gonna call him late for dinner.
Well, I don't know if you can read it. Is it the right way on your side or no?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's the right way, I think.
Okay. That was Mama Al's picture, and then Homestead Aquarius did that on top of it. That was kind of cool.
Yeah, it was great.
That was
I wasn't expecting to see that.
Yeah.
Well, you ain't supposed to. That's because it's a surprise. You ain't supposed to expect it.
That's true.
Thank you.
And we are so glad and so happy that y'all are there.
Yeah.
In
Oh
the
my God.
Vanderbilt.
Yes, I'm glad he's getting the care he needs.
I can't even begin to say how truly amazing this place is. And I hate the hospitals.
Yeah.
I hate hospitals. This one is truly, absolutely amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
University Hospital, right? It's like a teaching hospital, university
Vanderbilt,
hospital.
Yeah.
Oh,
right.
Cute, Bob.
Some
This
hospitals
place
are
is
good and
massive.
some just aren't.
Who graduated, Bob?
Tintin. She's the one in the middle. She graduated from radiology.
Oh, wow. She's so tiny. Look at, she like reminds me of my daughter.
She is. She's a little tiny lady.
Yeah.
The one on the left there, that's Ate. She's by far my favorite.
Mm-hmm.
And then there's my great big muscle-bound brother-in-law. Proud dad. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, he is. Yeah.
He's got one more daughter to go, and we're helping with the school and all that. My wife and I both are sending help for the school. Soon as that the youngest one, we call her Chicken Monkey. I call her Chicken Monkey.
Yeah.
As soon as she graduates from university, we're out of here. You know.
Yeah. Yep. That's awesome.
He's a proud daddy. Look at that. He's got two of his three daughters through university. You know.
Yeah. That's a major accomplishment on his part.
Yep.
Even.
Yep. Yep.
Well, we provide some financial help and you know it's a real good trade-off because we provide financial help, and when my wife and I are there, like the wife usually says, "I'm not cooking," and she, you know what I mean. And the girls, the family, all jump in and cook and all that, and you know it's a trade-off.
They care for you. You care for them. They care for you.
That's the thing about those people. They do that. They believe in family and they believe in helping each other, and
they do.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody pitching in
and they follow through with it.
They do.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's
unlike
why
most Americans nowadays.
That's why if there's any kind of an SHTF, and my wife and son, they're and my daughter, they're all Filipinos. They will be taken care of because Filipinos don't turn Filipinos away. When there's an emergency, they take them in, you know. And with me, you know, what am I going to do? You know, they'll take care of me, but you know, my neighbors, would they take care of me if I needed it? I don't know.
Iffy.
Yeah. 9 times out of 10, probably not. But and mine probably wouldn't because I'd be the one having to take care of them because they're
true.
Both of my closest neighbors are one to the east and one to the west are both older women, and they're single.
Yeah.
Oh, wow,
the one about a mile away to the east. We moved here 13 years ago, and I'll never forget the first time I sat in her kitchen talking with her at her kitchen table.
Oh, thanks, yeah.
And she raised her hands behind her and stretched. And I'm talking, poof, muscle pops up there. And I'm like, Holy cow! I know why she ain't afraid to live by herself.
Yeah. Right.
Oh,
She's an
a
old farm
weightlifter?
woman.
Old
No,
farm
she's
woman.
just an
Yeah.
old farm
Oh,
woman.
okay. Yeah.
Farm exercises. Yep.
Mhm.
That'll do it. That'll
Yeah.
do it. Oh my God. They said that even when Alzheimer's had really gotten far in on my father, the PT said he's not weak. He's probably one of the strongest, like 90-year-olds I've ever met. It's not going to be his strength that fails. It's going to be the Alzheimer's that does like his physicality in. Like when he stops standing and stops doing certain things, it's the ALZ because this man is one of the strongest 90-year-olds I've ever seen.
Yeah.
Before.
Yep.
Like I can't believe how strong he is. I'm like, that's outside work. My dad never stopped working outside. Never stopped, moving.
Yeah.
Even when I was up there, and thank God I knew he had ALZ at the time, his TV went out. He starts pulling down one of the old-fashioned TVs from the top floor, going backwards down the stairs. I'm like, holy crap. I had to run up the stairs. It's like,
Yeah.
Dad, you can't do that anymore. You're like, you're going to get hurt. Let me help you.
And one thing I noticed with my two Filipino nurses or nieces, their daddies got them in the gym lifting weights because my brother-in-law's arms are that big.
Yeah.
And I noticed that Ate doesn't have an hourglass figure. It's not like that. It's straight.
Yeah.
She's been lifting. She's not buff, but she's got a strong body core. So
Yeah.
God forbid anybody tries to do something to her, she'll hurt them. She's been lifting weights since she was young. She'll hurt somebody,
Yeah.
Yeah. I need to start doing that, lifting, because I've definitely lost muscle mass. That was a thing too that really, like we were talking about earlier, like how somebody
I've
it's like
lost
getting
a lot of
kicked.
muscle mass.
I couldn't believe it. I think I was maybe just over 40, so maybe mid 40s at the most, and I went to go and pull myself up like I used to, back of the arms, pull yourself up onto the counter and sit. My arms start shaking and I can't lift myself up, like all of a sudden. I'm like, what is this? And the kids were there because we were at like a youth group event, and this one kid busts out because that was the funniest thing I've ever seen. I still forced myself up on the counter, and I was like, oh hell no, not in front of these kids. I'm not going down. And I made it up there. He was like, that was the funniest thing I've ever seen. I'm like, not to me, not to me. I'm like,
actually, it is good exercise for your arms and shoulders.
Yeah.
In fact, you can do that on a chair.
You can be as buff as you want to and everything, and still a projectile point will take you out.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
You can be buff all you want to.
Right. I just need to be able to keep up with stuff. That's, run and duck when I need to and get my projectile point at the target first. Yeah, it is sad, T-Port. It's very sad.
That is sweet, Garrett.
It is almost.
Oh, wait, what did I miss?
Oh, wow. Made big move on a girl I grew up with. That's close friends. I had a family bring her to a an outdoor mall and sang a romantic song to her. Oh, that's so sweet. And gave her a promise ring. I love it, Garrett. That's awesome. Congratulations. Aw.
Oh boy.
That's sweet, honey.
That's pretty cool.
That is pretty cool.
My cats
That's
have
a
taken
huge
up so
step.
much space that I have to turn on the touchpad on the laptop here because I can't
No
use my
way.
mouse.
Oh, funny.
Uh-oh.
They're like all over. They get so jealous. The one up on the top of the shelf, is that their which one is that?
Good luck. I wish you all the luck in the world.
That's Mama right there. It's one of the mamas.
Okay. I thought now does her little one though get behind you too? Inside the shelf sometimes?
The
one that looks like her?
sometimes, yeah. Actually,
Okay.
it's you're thinking of
T-Borg, we're planning on filing something way worse than complaints.
Yeah. She's got quite a few people she could file against.
Yeah, it's way worse than a complaint's going to be. Because, we have not been told the truth, period.
I don't blame you one bit.
Because, yeah, the rip is as big as they said it was. Nobody told us just how wide it
Oh,
was.
oh, gross. Oh no, that's
And
horrible.
the aneurysm that was supposed to be in his abdomen
Yeah.
is up here in his chest.
Oh no.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a
Is,
whole lot.
is it in his
Oh,
lungs
yeah,
or
yeah,
anywhere
that.
else?
Huh?
Okay.
The rip?
The
Wait,
aneurysm.
what
It's
was
not
the
just for,
question?
No, where is it? In his lungs? It's what?
The aneurysm is
yeah.
right up here. All right, the artery goes from the top of your heart down to your abdomen. It's about halfway, at the
Oh,
halfway
it's
mark.
higher.
And, yeah, way higher. Because they told us it was way down in the bottom part of his abdomen.
So they didn't actually.
There's no
Gosh, they suck.
aneurysm in his abdomen at all. It's up
But
high.
in other words, they didn't actually use any kind of
Huh?
machine or anything. They didn't use a machine or anything to actually look to see where the aneurysm was.
Like, yeah.
They all have records of it. They took the CAT scans. They just didn't tell us.
The reader sucked. That's what it was. They got a
Yeah.
reader who sucked.
Yeah.
And didn't read it right.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, you can't. The doctor said here that you can't help but see where it's at.
Yeah,
They
the
looked
reader.
at us and I said that, they told us it was in the abdomen. And they said, what?
That's horrible.
It is 4.4 centimeters big up here, up in his upper chest. And the rip of his artery, they're gonna do a bunch of stents, hopefully, is what they're saying. They're still making sure that, all the veins that come off the main vein of your body is all getting perfect blood flow. One, they already know that they're going to have to do surgery in as well and put a stent in is one of the main veins that come off the main vein that goes down into his left arm. Because the rip has started from his main artery into his arm artery.
Tibor wanted to know. He says he knows it's none of his business, but he was wondering if Junior's been in any car wrecks before.
Oh no.
Okay. He's probably thinking if he had been in one and had record of it, they could tack it on, get it paid.
Oh no, they ain't getting out of this.
Yeah. No, I meant that the insurance company would have to pay for it.
By God, I'll back you up.
I know, right?
No, they ain't digging out of the hole that they dug.
Our medical system isn't worth a plug nickel anymore.
No, it's not.
And insurance is a joke.
Except
Vanderbilt, like when they do it right,
force you to buy insurance, but yet your insurance will turn around and won't cover hardly anything.
That's that's the corporation.
And you have to wait to get medical help. They have to approve a process before they'll pay for it. I'm sorry, if you're paying
we have no insurance.
They should cover it.
We have no money. Vanderbilt's going to do it anyway.
Yeah. So they're
but that's how it should be.
Yeah.
They took an oath. And that's how it should be.
And that's what they're doing. They're giving him absolute amazing medical.
Oh, okay, Tibor. Okay.
Yeah. Now see, my youngest one, when she was the third time she was in the hospital.
I'll be right back.
Home.
I forgot to take my medicine.
They sent her to Cardinal Glennon in St. Louis. I don't know if you've ever heard of Cardinal Glennon, but it's a type of children's hospital.
How do I do it?
They sent her up there because her heart became enlarged from lack of oxygen and being overworked, trying to pump enough oxygen through her system. We didn't have insurance. Cardinal Glennon is set up on a charity basis.
Yep.
The only thing is if you're if you're white, you don't get to participate in it. All I heard from the time I walked in the door was, how are you going to pay for this? I said, well, and I told every one of them, I said, you may not get all your money today, but we pay our bills. We pay what we owe. We don't, skip out on payment.
I was blessed when they diagnosed me with muscular dystrophy because they went ahead and took me in. Children's Hospital in Cincinnati took me in, even though I was 21. I was already past that cutoff. But they said, this is such an interesting case, and we feel like maybe you were misdiagnosed, so we want to take you in. It was a year and a half. I didn't come. The only thing came out of my pocket was gas to get to the hospital and back. And sometimes I spent, a week there.
They sent her up there because the hospital she was at wasn't set up to be able to run the tests and stuff.
It's a miracle they didn't send her to St. Jude or Le Bonheur.
They didn't. But they sent her up there so they could do tests on her because they were equipped for pediatrics there. But all I heard was, how are you going to pay for this? And the doctor was like, she was sitting on my lap choking half to death. And the doctor's like, oh, well, she's a perfectly healthy, normal baby. Nothing wrong with her. He didn't want to do the test. They didn't want to do the test. And I finally just looked at him and told him, I said, you don't want to do the test? You called her doctor down home that sent her up here. And you could hear him at the end of the hallway arguing with him on the phone. He finally come in and stuck his head in the door. Well, I guess we'll do the test.
Wow.
Then they were hateful. They were hateful with her.
That's why we came to Vandy, because the second hospital in Memphis would have killed them.
Yeah. Well,
because when they told us to lie, go into the emergency room and lie to get medical help.
Yeah.
If you want us to lie, how the hell can we trust you?
Exactly. Exactly.
And we would not go to the emergency room and lie because, well, gut instinct told us both to get up here, and that's what we done.
Yeah. Well, what happened with her was they did the test and they told me to go sit in the waiting room, and we're sitting in the waiting room and all these people are staring at us because she's choking half to death. And the doctor come in there and he just looked at us. He's like, she's a perfectly healthy, normal baby. Take her home. They refused to do anything for her. Yep. By the time we drove the 2.5 hours back home, we were back in the emergency room down home with her. She was in full blown, couldn't breathe, turning blue.
My God.
Yeah. Finally, after, she was 18 months old whenever I took her to Children's Hospital. See, there's two different ones. There's Cardinal Glennon, and then there's one that's called Children's. They both are for children, but the second one is called Children's Hospital. I took her there. She had medical records a mile high. I got all her medical records together, took her up there to a specialist, and 45 minutes later, he was like, come here, I want to show you something. He had her x-rays up on the walls, and he said, you see all of this right here that they've been calling pneumonia for the last 9 months? He said, it's not pneumonia, it's trapped air. That baby is severe asthmatic. She went home with the nebulizer and was never in the hospital again.
Wow.
Yeah.
I did that with my daughter when she was little too. She kept getting croup. And I was like, it's like her third time getting croup. And from what I've researched, that's usually an asthmatic child.
Mm-hmm.
I said, you've never asked me if I have asthma. I said, I do. Can you please? Yeah. I was like, could you please refer her now? Like, speaking of, insurance, because we had an HMO then. And sure enough, right away, like the specialist was like, oh, yeah, hello. And he put her on the nebulizer, and same thing. It was like, never got croup again.
Mm-hmm. Well, she still had a few problems with it.
Yeah.
But she never, not bad enough to be in the hospital.
Yeah.
gosh, before that, we were in the emergency room 3 and 4 nights a week. And you could literally mark a calendar by her. You could give her 2 months, and within 5 days of that 2 months being up, she'd be back in the hospital.
Oh, poor thing.
She was so used to being in the hospital, she actually made a nurse cry. And a nurse couldn't put an IV in her because she was so upset she couldn't do it. Because
wow.
at 13 months old, that child laid her arm out there for the nurse to put an IV in. That's how used to it she was. And the nurse just started bawling. She's like, I can't do it. She said, if she'd bite me, I could do it, but I can't do this. And she just started bawling and left the room and had somebody else come in and do it. But here's the funny part. I kept asking the doctors, why is she reacting this way? Why is her asthma this bad? And I said, and we lived in a chat that used to be a huge mining town, lead mines.
Oh.
And there was these big piles of chat, which is waste out of the lead mines, piled on top of the ground.
Yeah, lead poisoning.
And the wind was just blowing everywhere. My son has lead poisoning from it. She didn't have lead poisoning, but I kept asking them. I said, can she be allergic to the dust off of these chat piles? And they kept telling me, no, that's not how lead poisoning acts. And I said, I'm not asking if she has lead poisoning. I'm asking, can she be reacting, her lungs be reacting to the dust from it?
Yeah.
Because in her bedroom, I went through and thoroughly cleaned every day. We had 2 air purifiers going in there. And we had an air conditioner in there that we cleaned the filter on twice a day.
Wow.
But you could still, you could dust her an hour later. You could literally write on the furniture.
Oh my gosh, Brenda. I didn't know you had to live around that.
Yeah. And here's the thing. She was 3 years old and we moved away from there. Middle ragweed season. Everybody else in the house is like, sneezy, watery eyes,
Yeah.
suffering. Honey, she was like a bird turned loose out of a cage. She's outside running around. She couldn't run before. She would have an attack and couldn't run. She's outside running free. And when we moved, she went from 4 breathing treatments a day to 4 in the first year and has never had one since.
So you were right.
Tell me it wasn't a chat.
Totally was.
I'm going to answer PGE's question real quick, if I can do it quickly, because there's a lot to explain. But
I missed a lot.
Sorry,
chat. Sorry.
PGE asked, what were your symptoms? Muscle loss, etc. Yeah, muscle loss, extreme weakness, loss of motor skills. Not to get too graphic, but the urine turned almost a Coca-Cola color.
Ooh.
And that was muscle tissue, extreme muscle tissue loss passing through
that's what
the kidneys. Because I lack an enzyme that bonds food with, muscle tissue or with fat. So what the body does, and everybody's body does this, whether you have CPT or not,
Garrett.
Your body will attack the muscle tissue looking for food. You'll experience this if you've ever had to go hungry for a few days. You feel that fatigue.
Yes.
Imagine that 100 times over.
Yeah. That's what keto, some of these doctors who believe in keto are saying, like, you're seeing these people go and lose weight, but what they're really, a lot of these diets are doing is they're losing muscle. It's a muscle loss. And one of the things is, like, I guess keto provides but you can't do keto too, because that's one of the things, like, you can't process all that protein, right, with what you have.
I can't have beef because my body can't do anything with the beef, so it sits on my stomach basically. It'll break down what it can, but then the rest is kind of sitting in my stomach, and can you imagine? I mean, it's like,
yeah, that would be horrible pain.
It's miserable. I'll be miserable for days, and I've cheated. I love beef. You know, I go out there and get a burger or whatever. Hardee's is like my
Bananas.
favorite restaurant.
Bananas.
And
Oh,
they'll
that
come
would
out
be
with
so
those.
hard. Yeah.
They come out with one of those limited time
Mhm.
burgers that looks so freaking amazing, and it's like, you know, but
Yeah.
it's a high carbohydrate, low fat diet. So I
So
have
yeah,
to
definitely not
carbs
keto.
down.
Hmm.
So
Yeah, it does weigh more than fat. And also muscle helps you burn fat if you actually are physically
The
active.
more muscle you have, the more calories you burn.
Yes, Homestead, I heard you make a noise.
Yeah, I feel for Barry with that. You know,
Yeah.
because when you're a guy, especially, I mean everybody, but when you're a guy, you want that red meat. And
absolutely.
my stepdad, he got bit by that Lone Star tick that had that
Uh-huh.
that
Lyme
I
disease
forget what
or
the APR, whatever the thing is. It's
yeah.
causes you to become allergic to
Red
meat.
meat. Yeah.
Yeah, red meat, and he suffered. But there was a treatment for it, and he got it, and eventually came out of it. But he was a fish and chicken eating man for a while, and
Mhm.
gritting his teeth. And
Right. Oh my God, yeah.
a lot of times he was doing the grilling for everybody else, and so he was standing there,
Oh.
smelling it, cooking it, and having to deal with it. And we all just felt so bad about it, you know. So I've
Oh,
that's rough.
for P2E Rocky Mountain Fever, or you mean what Homestead's talking about? That's what T-Board just said. Rocky Mountain Fever question mark.
Yeah, alpha gal GAL or whatever.
Yeah, yeah,
Something like that.
I think spell
PQE.
check got you, Tian.
I don't want to talk
Aloha,
about
gal.
spell check.
One of the
What it
other
did to me
symptoms of
yesterday.
I'm
Oh,
sorry,
go
go
ahead.
ahead, Duncan.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
One of the symptoms, ironically, because P2E mentioned they're diabetic,
Yeah.
is hypoglycemic. So I can actually exhibit because I'll crash. And I get so weak, I start shaking worse than I normally do. I can't hold myself up, and I have to get into the kitchen and grab something really quick.
Yeah.
And I've done this. What kind of sucks about living alone is when you have that effect. Well, you know, when that happens,
Yeah.
you're like,
If
there's nobody there. You have to do it yourself.
If it drops too low, you can actually go into seizures.
Exactly. That's what they warned me about. But
my oldest daughter does that.
The
She has
glucose
seizures.
tabs.
Yeah. That was another thing they
Glucose
told me.
tabs. And if you can do orange juice is one of the quickest to bring your sugar levels up. If you don't have that, they'll tell you Coke.
But P2E, they said I'm diabetic with neuropathy and have developed atrophy in my hands, thighs, and hamstrings. I was wondering if that could be the reason. How do they test for it? I don't think that's what it is because CPT, okay, I have what's called CPT2, which is carnitine palmitoyl transference deficiency number 2. Number 1 is in infants when they're born. The mortality rate is
not good.
Not to be morbid, but
yeah,
you know, I saw a kid not come back which I had to share rooms, right? I was 21 and I had to share a room with kids. And I was still a kid myself, basically, but because nobody's ever, fully adult when they're 20, right? He didn't come back. And, so, but he didn't have CPT1, but he did have perform muscular dystrophy. That's what CPT 1 and 2 is under. Your mom and your dad each have a part of that chromosome that is defective, and it, when they make you, it's put together. It can either form or it can skip a generation, and your children could be born with CPT2 or 1. But carnitine, levocarnitine is the supplement. We talked about this, Carol.
Yeah, the L-carnitine.
You can buy L-carnitine over the counter, but you're not going to get the dose that I have to have. I have to have 8 tablets. Each tablet.
Sorry.
Bless you.
Right into the mic. I'm sorry.
So it's like get the hand sanitizer out.
I know.
But I have to take 330 milligrams, and that's 8 tablets a day.
Huh.
And this stuff is just horrid. It's like swallowing chalk. So what I was doing, I was mixing it in with protein shakes, like bodybuilders use.
Mm-hmm.
And I can put muscle on, but I can also lose it just as fast as I put it on because my body.
It's an amino acid, isn't it, Barry? I think we were talking about.
Because
some of those bodybuilders stuff.
The mitochondria is what transfers food to the fatty cells in your body, so it's stored there for energy to be used during the day.
Mm-hmm.
But since I don't have that enzyme, then it's got nowhere to go.
Doesn't transfer.
That's why I have to eat high carbs and low fat. Just
helps you transfer.
Going, but to be tested for it, I don't know how old P2E is. Technically, none of my business. You have to catch this early on. So my suspicion is that it's not CPT2. I don't think that's what you're dealing with, P2E. I really don't.
I think the guys are onto something that it might be tick-borne illness.
Wipe my screen off.
Sorry, guys. I mean, sneeze on your screen. Oh, you're so young to be dealing with that P2E.
Mm-hmm.
You're 40, okay. No.
Yeah, 49.
It didn't hit me real hard until I was 18. See, before I was 18, I think back when I was about 12 or 13, they diagnosed me with McArdle's disease, only because it acted so much like CPT2. But at the time, they didn't know anything about CPT2. They just said, "Oh, it's McArdle's disease," and that was it.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I didn't even spend like a month in the hospital, and they come up with this, "Oh, it's McArdle's disease," and then they sent me home with no way to treat it.
Oh,
good thing they didn't, because I would have been treating it up until I was 21, and it would have been wrong.
Yeah,
mm-hmm.
yeah.
But when I was 18, right as I turned 18, I decided to go out into the woods and mess around in the woods like I do now. And all of a sudden, I got so weak, I could barely hold myself up. I could barely walk through the woods. Luckily, I was behind my dad's shop.
Wow.
And he's an architectural designer, so he was working. He was drawing. And I tapped on the glass, and then I collapsed. And next thing I know, I'm sitting in Dad's car, and he's taking me to the hospital. And they said, "We don't know what's wrong."
Wow.
I said, "My urine is dark brown, like I just poured Coke in the toilet."
Oh my gosh.
But,
that's horrible.
So I don't know. I don't know P2E.
You go see your doctor, P2E, if you can.
Oh, what's that?
Are you painting now, Bob?
My daughter painted it.
Oh, wow.
This for my wife.
Cool.
Oh, for your wife. That was sweet.
Yeah.
Really cool.
She's
Very
done,
nice.
she's done an awesome job on it.
Mm-hmm. Definitely.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. She
Isn't that
did a
awesome?
great job.
I'm getting an evil stare.
Oh my gosh, yes, you are. Look, Kitty. Relax. Relax the head muscles there.
Where is my
She got into a fight, so she's got a boo-boo right there on her head. Like a baby mouse.
Oh,
Daddy, you are ignoring me.
Yeah, exactly. Who are those people you're talking to? Why are you not paying attention to me?
Okay, hey.
You know, you probably ought to get you a service dog, you know, Barry. 'Cause all for those,
Yeah.
because, you know, the dogs will help you throughout these things. That's going to be like, you know, dude, can you feed us? All
Yeah,
right.
yeah, they'll
Food
be
over
like,
here.
I know you're laying on the floor, but you think you can still feed us tonight?
Yeah. They ain't gonna care. They gonna be eating you.
Yeah, yeah. He hasn't moved for about 2 hours. It's okay to eat him now.
P2E. It also wait.
Yeah,
You
you
were
can see her
taking
boo
the
boo.
you were taking gabapentin for neuropathy. Is that what you were taking it for? You need to go back to the doctor. You might be losing the neuropathy. Is your nerves dying off too?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You and even just getting, you know, they can get you stuff to it fills with air. They use it in the hospital so your blood can flow better. Those sleeves, they can, you know, you can get
They put those
those.
on my legs when I had my appendix taken out.
Yeah,
They
they
said
do
my
that for
legs
blood
were
clots,
open
but
and
also
normal.
for people with neuropathy, it helps feed the blood towards the nerves too, like
Yeah.
down your feet.
Like I don't
and
have
everything.
neuropathy. I think that she said that my legs were jerking around when I was coming out of anesthesia.
Oh, okay, that's different.
They
Yeah.
said I was allergic to anesthesia, and I said, "Well, that's the first for me."
Wow.
I've had several surgeries, and I said I've never had a problem with anesthesia, and they said, "Well, you do now." Oh,
It's either that or they just never told you in the past.
that's just
They
possible.
change things up all the time.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It ain't the same.
Yeah,
But no, those compression stockings, you actually want to get the thigh high ones.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, they have them thigh high. We were supposed to. This is how wonderful the hospitals in Memphis was. A month after he was out of the hospital, they sent him a prescription in the mail for them. A month later.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, wow.
But yeah, he was supposed to have them for his legs. Man, I had to hop off to go. He had another round of meds to take.
Okay. Fine.
And they drew labs. Now, one thing I like about here, at midnight, they don't bother you. After midnight, they're not going to wake you up to give you medicine.
Oh, that's good.
Midnight is the cutoff. Then they start back up in the morning. The vampires don't even come in at night to draw blood.
That's nice for the night nurses. I wonder what they do at that time since they're not, you know, what they have them doing since they're not out giving meds.
Probably paperwork.
Yeah, I was thinking that
They,
too.
they sit and watch.
Always paperwork.
They gave here in the ICU where we're at the in the vascular intensive care unit is where we're at. They're giving 2 patients. That's it.
Okay.
They do not want them watching more than 2 patients apiece.
Actually, that's awesome because
yeah,
a lot of these hospitals they just got them like they're in a round room with beds all the way around the nurse's station, and they don't pay attention to them half the time.
Yes.
Yeah, no. They're busy. They're monitoring vitals and everything. No, this is a very, very hardcore place. Yeah.
Well, I'll tell you what, one thing is for sure. The more people that hear about your story, I mean, you do need to, there's certain things that you need to do to protect yourselves and everything. But the more people that hear about this as it goes along, and one day people will be warned about what it's really like out there.
Yeah.
Some people know, but the majority don't. People just figure it'll be handled. They don't understand, you know, just how much of a piece of meat we really are.
Yep.
How much we really matter.
Yeah.
And I'm sorry that y'all have to endure that.
Yep. But what don't kill us makes us stronger. And third time's the charm.
That's right. Third time is a charm.
And you have all of us rooting and praying for juniors, and that's
and
thank
for
you
right there. That right there is an army unmatched in history. That's an army of people that you can never match in history, and all the history of armies.
And I hate to say
We're
it,
praying for both of you.
it's way worse,
Mm.
way worse than we were ever told.
Oh, that's okay. Janet says
And
she
the
loves us
fact that
all. She's
that
headed to bed. Night,
doctor,
Janet, honey. Night.
the fact that that doctor told him that, oh, it's okay, you can go back to work.
Oh my
That was
God!
a death sentence.
Yeah.
If he would have listened,
Oh my
that
God.
was a death sentence. And I'm telling you, it's going to be all I can do, not to, because what's he going to take from me? Couple, used cars that's broke down. It's all I can do not to go back and just walk in there and just deck him as hard as I could. But I'm going to enjoy, his insurance might not like us when we're done.
Well,
Karma,
He needs to learn a hard lesson.
we pay for insurance
back.
for that insurance to work for us. It's not like I'm going to hand somebody $300, $400, $500 just for the hell of it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now it's way more.
But insurance companies don't work for us anymore.
No.
Well,
No.
they're like our government, aren't they? I mean, the government don't work for us either.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's all about money.
Anymore, to have a test or anything done, your insurance has to approve it, and you have to fight them to get them to approve it. I know a lady right now. Her son is bedridden. I mean, he needs a wheelchair. He can't walk. And do you know the insurance are fighting her on it? They don't want him to have a wheelchair.
Yep.
Oh my, wow.
And I'm like,
the people who are making the decision on what you get are not healthcare professionals.
No, they're executives.
They're not.
LPNs, they are not RNs, they are not doctors, they are secretarial people who get a bonus probably.
For how much money they can save the insurance company.
Yeah, these are not healthcare professionals at all. They read the terminology. They don't even know what it is. No, denied.
Yeah.
You know what we ought to do? We ought to follow.
We've only been asked once if we had insurance, and we said no, we do not. We have not been asked again.
We ought to follow the union example and the entire United States populace unionize and have group bargaining power all throughout the country and shut them down.
Yep.
Make it work right.
Did I? Yeah.
I think we've got that though, don't we, in the form of voting and election? No, we don't. It's a myth.
No. Yeah, exactly. That's like the world's biggest myth.
Pipe dream.
Look at the last election. Don't believe me? Take a good look at it. Actually, you don't even have to look hard to see. It's blatantly obvious.
Selection.
We need to unionize. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. I think they know better.
Yeah, I took
Poops his pants and falls up the stairs. I'm so proud.
There we go.
I'm proud to be an.
No, I didn't know you ever did, Q. I didn't know you were going off that at the same time you were trying to quit smoking. That's what I meant. Like, I didn't know that. But goodness. It's a horrible one to come off of. P2E, I've heard of people coming off of the gabapentin and still having muscle shocks and all kinds of side effects.
Gabapentin is evil.
Yeah, later on.
Your body away.
Yeah, I'm trying to get off of it because it kills your brain too. It causes memory loss.
So does what's that?
They are people.
I think the other one I'm on too does. The tramadol does it.
Yeah, also. So Tibor makes a good point. It's the system.
It is.
Yes, it is the system.
It is the wealthy, powerful medical system industrialized medical system kind
But
of
there's
thing.
still there's good doctors and good nurses. It just
There
seems
are,
like
but
because of the
even
system, they
when you
quit.
find them, half the time their hands are so tied. They
Yeah,
can't
their
do
hands are
anything.
tied, but I mean, a lot of the really good doctors have gone to cash only places.
Well,
Uh-huh.
their hands have not been tied here.
That's wonderful.
They have shown us the utmost respect and everything medically possible, because basically this man should be dead.
Hmm.
He is
And
a
it's nothing
walking.
short of a miracle that he is alive.
It's an absolute miracle that he's alive. Because
Amen.
they even said that medically he should be absolutely dead as a doornail.
Hmm.
That's the thing about Vanderbilt, though. They have a reputation, and they stand behind that reputation. They keep that reputation good because they get their funds from outside. It's not like because they're a
Yeah.
university, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
So they
Yeah,
actually have
benefactors.
people in there who give a damn.
Good
Whereas
night, CR.
Good night, CR. Thanks for joining
if
us. Appreciate it.
you look at a hospital like Saint Joseph, yeah, they could care less.
That's just like the two hospitals in Memphis. They're supposed to be religious hospitals that are not supposed to deny anybody medical service. And yeah, I think the religion stops at the door.
Yeah, sometimes
Yeah.
it's just on
Yeah.
the sign.
I
Sometimes
was
it's just on the sign.
about to
Sometimes
say
it
that, Carol.
is.
It's just words on the sign.
Yeah,
I've
sometimes.
had better luck out of most of your Catholic hospitals than I have any of the others, though. As far as
I
not
guess
having
it depends
insurance,
where you are in the nation. Like it really
and
does.
and how they treat you.
Yeah.
Like St. John's in
Well,
St. Louis, Missouri, that hospital it's good.
Yeah.
now
It's a nice.
the Catholic charity, it's not a hospital. It's more like a big conglomerate.
It's like a corporation.
Cesspool. Let's just say it like it is. Cesspool. Yeah, they're wonderful to go to. They were trying to get us to go to them, and we're like going, no, no, thank you. Last time they tried to get me to go, they were trying to push diabetic medicine on me when I'm not even diabetic. One of the medicines being metformin.
Oh,
No, even nasty, ugly medicine. If I took that medicine, I would have died.
that's the one that the doctor was talking about that's supposedly helping diabetics lose weight. It's helping them
No.
lose muscle mass.
It makes them puff up like balloons. They gain massive amounts of weight on it.
Okay,
But
then maybe it was different.
if you've ever had MRSA, you cannot swallow a metformin pill. You take a risk of going into diabetic shock.
Yeah.
Yikes.
And they were trying to force me to swallow that pill. I quit going.
Yeah.
Dude, who's not diabetic at all. They were trying to say that he was diabetic too, because they got a massive kickback from the makers of metformin. And everybody that was coming into the doors all of a sudden was either pre-diabetic or diabetic all of a sudden.
Wow.
And people would just swallow pills because the doctor told them. No, we walked away and left them standing there. No.
Yeah.
Did you see what Tibor wrote? It said about I work in and out of around hospitals. I see how they run, and it's not a fair caring system. It's a system to make money and show profit. And then all like what we were saying, the doctors and nurses' hands are tied underneath these corporations that are wanting profits.
They are nowadays. It's nothing like the old days when the doctor came to your house and you gave him a chicken or a bag of apples or something for treating you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But you
Not
gotta
so bad
also
anymore.
remember
That back
a
then,
lot of doctors are not innocent. A lot of them are not.
Yeah, no,
Nor,
yeah.
nor nurse practitioners because they get kickbacks for every prescription they write.
Yeah.
Oh, they do.
Not all doctors are guilty. These
Yeah.
have been amazing.
Yeah.
They have listened to the blood pressure regimen that he's on. Now we have oh my God, I've never met so many people in all my life in a hospital. He has a hypertension team now. He has the ICU medical team. He has the heart team. He has the dissection, aneurysm, whatever. I don't remember that big long name team. It's one team after another, and they're coming. They don't just, come in the morning. They come through the whole day.
Yeah.
They come and check on him all day. And it's just like, I don't know who the hell all these people are.
So they're probably not, they're not double dipping. They're not having a private practice and then over at a hospital, the university keeps.
No, they actually, we told them because they hold, because it is a teaching hospital.
Okay.
We told them when they hold their big meetings in front of the doorway, you're welcome to come in. And now they come in, we hear everything that's being talked about him. Everything. They're not hiding nothing. The head vascular surgeon that we met this morning, and he goes, I'm not trying to scare y'all, but I'm going to tell you it's bad. And then he said, let me figure out a way to describe it. He said the center tube of your artery is like PVC pipe. He said the outer part of that PVC pipe is like foam insulation, and the outer part of the whole tube of the artery is like thick cardboard. He said most of all, the PVC is massively ripped. This rip is huge. It is massively wide. And he said, I'm going to be honest with you. He said, most of the PVC pipe is massively ripped and the foam insulation is almost completely gone.
Oh my gosh.
It's been so bad for so long because this started March 30th. His inner tube, which is considered the PVC pipe, is being pushed down into the rest of the parts of his artery.
You should ask that doctor to write that down exactly how he explained it to you, because you'll need that letter to go before the jury when you go back and get that doctor who told your husband to go back to work, because they understand the doctor gibbering.
If he could sit down and not just write it out, but draw it out on a piece of paper and label it all for you, and including the sizes of everything, the length, width, everything.
Yep, because pretty much everything that's around that center tube of your artery where the blood goes through is completely ripped from all the side of the main artery.
Oh my gosh, Teresa.
There's pretty much nothing but a damn miracle keeping his blood in his artery.
Yeah, it is definitely the hand of God holding it.
Yeah.
As well
it's
as
just
it
not his time to be up there. Not.
No, they know
Thank
they're not
goodness.
ready. They know not to take him away from me because I'm coming after him.
Yeah.
Did,
What was that, Homestead?
did they in any of this have they told y'all any kind of statistics about how many people don't make it to the point to where Junior is right now? Because I know the man's lucky. Okay.
He's a miracle. Most everybody's dead by now.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Absolutely dead.
That's what killed John Ritter. But it was in his abdomen.
Yeah. His
He was still
burst,
working.
I
He was
think.
working on the set and
Yeah.
didn't even realize there was anything wrong.
Yeah.
And that thing ruptured on him on the set, and he died before they could get him to the hospital.
Yeah, because you bleed to death. You lose all of your blood internally. You pretty much suffocate. Yeah, drowned.
Okay. Yeah, that is. I don't. I know he would get. I know they would get the medical explanation P2E, but I thought that the way he broke it down for her with that example was great for a jury to hear because you have so many lay people in the jury. But yeah, ask them to get that definition of it. But I want to find out.
Amazing.
What was that, Mama Al? Go ahead.
I said, these people have been amazing. There's no lying. There's no cover up. It's just the plain truth because I told them we just want to know the truth. Yeah. And there's not been any hiding. The reason why they moved the surgery from today to Monday is they want to make sure that give time to the hypertension team. Lord. Yeah. Give them enough time to try to stabilize him more because not only are they going to have to put stents in his major artery, main artery, and try to pull the tube back up, they got to make sure they don't block off any of the other little arteries that came off, and they're going to have to work on his other artery, that's the main artery for his left arm. Because the rip is going into there too now.
Oh my gosh. Oh wow.
Yeah.
Now for those who don't know, it's genetic. This is a genetic.
And here's what worries me.
Yeah.
They are keeping excessive watch on the pulse in his feet. So that has me worried. Because the main artery breaks up or splits down in your lower abdomen to make the femoral arteries that go into your legs and feet. And we already know the rip is already down there. We don't know if it's gone any further yet.
Wow. Yeah, because that's usually where they go in if they do it.
Yeah, they're going through his. They're going, let me try to talk. They're going through his groin, and there's a possibility now they're going to be going through his left arm to get the
other one
stent up into his left arm.
Now, did they say why they're doing the stent and not a sleeving on him? Did they mention why they are going with the stent and not sleeving some of this?
This is a special stent.
Okay.
This is hard, nothing like, what regular people get for, No, this is a hardcore mesh stent that's going to have, he said it's going to look kind of like dryer vent. Because they're going to put it up in and they're going to slowly release it to make sure that the mesh hits just right to where the blood's supposed to be going through all the other little arteries and everything. And they've got to make sure that it connects just perfect. And I'm just like going, oh my God. And I'm sitting there trying not to cry.
Oh yeah, heck. I'm sure they were pretty surprised you didn't. I would.
Yeah. It's got to be scary.
And he said it's got to be opened just perfect at each. The mesh has got to be done just perfect so that there's no blood flow. And they've also got to, while doing that, it's a specialized stent. They're going to have to be able to pull the center of the main artery back up where it's supposed to be so they can try to patch it.
Wow.
Missy, can you move?
I'm almost in tears just listening to it, but you know me, I could like cry at a movie, cry at a commercial.
Imagine if it were 20 years ago. 20 years ago, this wouldn't be happening.
No, they wouldn't have this.
Oh, we're definitely dead. You've been
you know, you're in the place,
yeah. You're right.
and Junior is going to absolutely come through this and get through it and continue on.
And it's an extremely dangerous surgery. Shit, I can't talk.
It's okay.
That's understandable.
Stuttering. I don't stutter. It's a massively dangerous surgery. And that's why they haven't done it yet because he's having trouble with his IVs. They're going to put IV or a center line either in his chest or his neck. So the anesthesiologist and all of them will have plenty to work with to keep him under.
Yeah.
I'll believe that. One reason for the high cost of medicine is the malpractice insurance rates. If there wasn't crappy run hospitals, there would be no need for their insurance. Yep.
Well, we met the head surgeon, the one that's on the team that's going to be doing all this, and that man was amazing to talk to. He wasn't arrogant. He was down to earth. Heck, we talked about Memphis for a little while, and he's like going, "Yeah, I go down there and watch the Grizzlies." I said, "I'm sorry that you do that." I said, "But you come to Memphis to eat and leave." We were laughing, and he was interested in talking about Bass. We talked about Bass Pro.
Neat. Well, it's because they're a Vanderbilt and being a teaching hospital. These are teachers, teaching doctors. Yeah. So you've got like the best.
You know what would be really amazing? You know what would be really amazing though, Mama Al? Is if these doctors, and I'm impressed so far about what you've told me about that and how well they're treating you all. Can you imagine if those doctors saw how much support you got from this community here on YouTube?
Yeah, I took it.
Not that he needs a cheering, any cheerleaders.
Yeah,
just the fact that he would see how I'm going to start.
Another reason what I'm thinking is this man's a miracle. He shouldn't be alive. Yeah. Anything that they do, I know is going to be highly documented to save other lives.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah.
And they live. These doctors
is a miracle teaching.
Well, Homestead's that. What was that? Homestead.
These heart specialists, they live for this kind of thing.
Yeah.
It's going to be challenging, but they're going to put every bit of their fiber of their being into making this happen and being a success. That's the thing. They're like Superman.
And that's one reason why they're waiting until Monday. The better his blood pressure is, the better the survival rate and the better the outcome of the surgery.
Yeah.
The easier it will be for them to do the surgery and the better the outcome.
Now, he scared the living hell out of everybody today. Of course, I'm outside trying to get my breathing treatment in, trying to get me something to eat. I come back, and I missed it. There were still a few in the room. Yeah. Apparently, he had a massive chest pain today, right where the aneurysm and everything was. They came in. Apparently, he said they filled the whole room up. They done an EKG. They sent him down for another 3D CAT scan. And I'm like, oh my God, will you stop this? I'm like, I just tried to go get something to eat and get a breathing treatment. which is the smoke.
Yeah,
Yes,
that's why I'm laughing. That's why I'm laughing. I'm
Nicotine keeps me alive and everybody else around me alive.
Exactly.
That's me.
I could use
I know how that
now. I could use the smoke right now, but I can't because it's after 9:00.
Yeah,
they got to have a emergency entrance that you could get in and out.
They do, but I don't want to keep walking in and out since this is an intensive care unit.
Got it,
and there's other people that are highly sick too.
Yeah.
Got a lot of transplants around
It's also
us.
not necessarily all that safe in a bigger city, neither late at night going.
Oh, yeah, that's true, too.
As stressed out as I am, they might not want to mess with me.
Yeah.
They just might not want to even tempt fate. Because,
Right.
Lordy, I'm liable to whoop somebody so bad, it's, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yep, I believe it. Oh, you know
Because
who I miss?
I know my nerves are shot.
Just realized that she's had a signal issue. I just thought of her. Passamaquoddy's not in here because she does.
Me?
Does breathing treatments too. Otherwise, she'd be here, but she's been having trouble with her internet. Passamaquoddy. No, I was just thinking. She just went through my brain. Like, wait a minute.
Yeah, I noticed that earlier on that she wasn't in here, and it's unusual not to have her.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's got bad troubles with the internet.
I hope they get it straightened out for her.
And they were just out there, but it keeps messing up on her.
Yeah, they probably need to run wire, and they haven't. Yeah.
Yeah, it's been crap over here. I'm on that fiber, fiber optic, and it's been garbage.
They're gonna put.
I'm not on fiber optic, but it's been a mess. It's 1 minute it's going good, and the next it's deader than a doornail.
Yeah.
They're trying to keep everybody in Kentucky north on the power grid and still operate.
Oh, she wasn't? I never saw her come in here.
Oh, I didn't.
Are you sure, Q? In my line? Pass. She's saying Pass came in. I didn't see her come in, I don't think. Wait, this one was funny. As always, gardening and prepping, just hearing y'all talk about this has made me need like 5 or 6 breathing treatments.
Smoke one for me, please, because I can't.
You have trouble in hospitals? Oh, yeah, it's not Mama Owl's favorite, that's for sure. That's for sure.
I've been having one for you, Mama Owl.
Go to university.
Thank you, Robert.
It's just for you.
But it's not the time.
Yep.
We need
I think
to
I'm the only non-smoker on the panel. I think so. Yep, I am.
Now, we were told that there's a possibility there might be 1 or 2 more surgeries needed down the line. And he said it all depends on how Monday goes and how well everything else heals. And I'm like, well, I don't care as long as this man stays alive. I don't care.
Gotta get him driving right now. Right now he can't drive. That frame's bent and he's like going sideways down the highway, right? The rest of it's just cosmetic stuff. It'll be fine. Gotta get him straightened up.
Transporter. I am the transporter. I just don't get to do all the bells and whistles like he does.
Yeah. I thought you meant the other transporter we were talking about before, the movie guy who does all the kicks. I thought you were like, I just don't get it.
Jason Stave.
Yes, Stave. I don't forget. I can't say his last name. Stave.
Yeah, me neither.
Statement is something else.
I just don't get to do all the bells and whistles once in a while. I'm like,
yeah, totally get it. I love that Tibor says this because I agree with that. This is one rule of most hospitals: no smoking on campus. I tell the guards, don't hassle stressed out folks. Just tell them don't smoke near the doors. Yeah.
Yeah, I look at it like this. If I want it bad enough, which is an understatement, I walk to where I'm not a criminal and I can sit on a bench, smoke a couple smokes, and I'll walk all the way back. I look at it like this. I'm making myself, exercise,
Yeah.
work my little butt off
Yep.
so I can go smoke and not be harassed by anybody. So, I'm not a criminal.
Yeah. I
Violator.
usually go sit in my car in a
Violator.
situation
Yeah,
like
I
that.
know I am a violator.
When I had my appendix taken out, they said, "Oh yeah, honey, you can have a cigarette as long as you want to walk in that gown out to the back door." So I'm like,
I'd have been
okay.
doing it.
Look, I have a long time ago when they took my gallbladder out and I was in the hospital for way too long afterwards. You better believe, yeah, I told them I'm going for nicotine. And there I was in the hospital gown pushing the IV machine. You better believe it.
Yep.
Oh yeah.
That's right. It's
But
your
they
reward.
weren't such neo-Nazis back then. You had, they didn't just warden off with
Awesome.
high-powered signs and everything back then. Now I'm telling you, I must have gave one guy a look because I was trying to, when we first got here, trying to hide outside in the front to have one. And he come, no ma'am, no smoky, no smoky. I looked at him. I must have gave him a look. I
One of
looked
those.
at him. That man went and he walked off. And I just kept on. I hurried up, got that done, and left.
Yeah.
The best one was when the doctor
That's
was
awesome.
harping on me for smoking, and then it was time for me to leave,
Yeah.
and I'm pulling out of the parking lot, and I look back behind over my shoulder. He's at the back of the damn
Yep.
clinic, smoking at the back door. I said,
Yep.
like this, and he just chuckled. And I mentioned it the next time I saw him because I had to see him 2 days later. And I
Yeah.
said,
Yeah.
"Oh, cigarettes." He said, "Damn it." So he stopped harping on
Uh-huh.
it.
So you
yeah,
gotta
I've
get
seen
with the
that.
workers and
When
figure out. They'll
Go ahead.
tell you where they go. See,
Yeah. There you go. Find out
Yeah,
where the doctors go to
when-
smoke.
when
the
my husband
janitor.
had his
Oh, the
appendix out,
janitors.
the CNAs. Like
the
where y'all?
surgeon caught the trash can on fire. Yeah. Smoking a cigar.
No way. Wow.
Mhm. Yep.
Like, we're not going to smell that on him when they come back in, right?
Yeah. Why?
What's
This was in the hospital. It was in the surgery unit. He was back there smoking. He wasn't right in the surgery room, but still in that unit, in their lounge in
Wow.
that unit, smoking
Good
a
job,
cigar.
like all that oxygen around there. Good job.
That's
Doctor.
Now,
very
see, I
true.
can understand people getting upset about all the butts being thrown on the ground.
Yeah.
I wood strip mine. I give my tobacco back to the earth, like, where it come from, as a gift. I put the butt, which doesn't break down, into the
Mhm.
trash can.
Yeah. That's
Yeah.
me. I will put one out and then I will knock all the tobacco out of it and then I twist the end shut that's left over the filter and then I throw it away.
Yep.
Oh,
Or put it in my pocket till I get where there's a trash can I can throw it away.
Yeah, I'll put them in my pocket. You'll never see me throw a butt down.
Yeah, I
that's
won't
good.
either.
It's good of you guys to
It's
do
been
that.
it's a long time ago, but we used to go to the hospital and all the rooms had ashtrays in them too.
Yeah,
Just
right.
smoked everywhere back then.
The doctors smoking in their offices too. When you would go and visit the doctor, the
Yeah.
pediatricians even talking to the parents while they're smoking. Well, we think she has asthma. We don't know why. We don't want to give her an inhaler because
I look at it like this. It keeps people alive if I do it.
Yeah, we don't want to.
This
We
is
don't want to
right.
give her an inhaler because she might become addicted to the inhaler. Swear to God, that is on my life. That is what the doctor told my mother about me. While they're smoking.
Well, you can get addicted to that albuterol.
Yeah, I guess you could. I
Yes,
hate the
you
way it
can.
makes you me
You
feel.
can,
It's horrible.
anytime you're taking a medication like that, because that stuff is designed to,
It works so well, and you get so used to
Aw.
it's
breathing.
designed to dilate your bronchial tubes. And then
Mhm.
when
You can
you
do a
do
late
something
one. It's
like that with
fine.
medications, your body gets to where it depends on it to do it. So it does.
Bless
Your
you for
body
coming in.
doesn't do it
Thank
like
you,
it
7
should
p.m.
anymore.
Hey, 7 Ken, I missed you. Sorry.
Yeah, he said, well, y'all, I just wanted to pop in and say hi. I was trying to get my lava rock oven done so I could squeeze in my Passamaquoddy video, but I failed to get it done. At least I'm exhausted, though. You can still turn it in. At least she will get that shout out, even though it won't be for, right? It won't be for the drawing or whatever you guys are doing.
Just
Yeah.
go ahead and make it, it's not for any high stakes
Yeah.
thing. It's
really,
it's to honor her. So
yeah.
go ahead and honor her, and that's fine. We'd love to see it, and there's more cooking because lady right up here on the panel, we've got the what the hell is the name of it?
What?
The Always Summer of Giving cook-off, right?
Yes, that's the new one. Yep.
I see how you are. You just forget about it.
I'm almost as old as Carol, and I'm forgetting everything.
Almost as old. So you're like 49?
Yeah. Yeah. I forgot.
I wish.
I've never.
What you're saying is that you're almost as old as Carol, which makes me still older than Carol and you.
No, we're actually the
Not
same
much.
age.
Not by much. Yep.
You and I are actually the same age now, Mama L. I'm 53 Sunday,
I'm
53.
just a tad, just a shake. Sooner.
Yes, Carol, have a happy birthday too.
Thank you. TN, glad I'm just 28. Shut up, TN.
Yeah, I quit at 29. I refuse
I
to
am
turn 30.
53 and hanging.
That's
I
right.
wish I was 50.
I'm still kicking forward. It's getting a little slow though.
I'm fairly certain he
Oh,
is
wait
too
till
cute.
60 hits. It's like,
Oh,
bam.
I'm trying to survive with the junior.
Yeah, right. And Junior's not 50, is he? He's
No,
almost.
he's
That's
48.
heartbreaking that he's only 48. Yep.
Yeah.
He's only 48.
It's weird how stuff happens.
Terrible to be that young and be going through that.
Thanks for making me feel old.
You just outed TN. Serves you right.
What, Barry?
What was that, Barry?
I said, thanks for making me feel old. I appreciate that.
I don't know.
Oh my gosh.
I'm a good decade ahead of these women.
Oh yeah, I'm only 56, so.
Let's
Look,
get back to the books.
I feel great for my age. It's just all this crap that's just popping up out of the blue.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
Right.
people say, how's it feel to be 56? And I'm like, I don't know. I've never been this age before.
Yeah.
I don't know what to expect.
You can send them towards Homestead Aquarius' way, so they'll find out.
Oh, hold on. What?
What? that he's not white, and that's what we'll find out one day. What? What? He's got what? Say that again.
What?
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 Huh?
No, Barry was talking about how everybody's wanting to know what does 56 feel like. And I said, well, if he wants to, send them to Homestead Aquarius' way. He can tell them.
I wish.
He's got experience and then some.
Oh, yes. He celebrates that anniversary, you mean? Anniversary from 56? Oh, okay. Got his number now. Mm-hmm.
No, see, he's going quiet now.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Teasing me earlier.
He don't take that teasing too easy.
Mm-hmm.
I did notice that at some point my mom stopped saying that she had kids that were, she never had any kids that were above the age 20. I know she stopped doing that sometime here recently. I'm a little disappointed.
Yeah, you can, Deanne. When you shave, you sure look like you're about 25. That's true.
Looks like freaking Radar O'Reilly.
Yes, he does. Oh my
Unnatural,
gracious.
beautiful looking. He's
Aw.
disgusting. He's done something incorrect with nature. I don't know what he's done.
He just used that beard to protect himself from the sun's rays, so he just doesn't age. That's all. You can do it too. If I do it, it'll be a little bit weird.
Junior's the same way. He shaves. It's a stranger. I
Yeah.
don't know who he is. I done told him, don't you shave again. He has shaved once. No, he shaved twice. Shaved.
Hey.
I told him I said do it third time. Third time's a charm.
Well, look,
I'm like,
Idaho, Diva. Love that little
when
Heidi.
Junior shaves, that man's a chameleon. So is the Aussie as well. I walked in, I left family's house. He had all his hair and his big beard and everything. I came back to this bald-headed man with no beard. I'm like, I double looked. I'm like, who the fuck you? I looked, because he was out. He came up, and I was coming out of the house. He was coming in the driveway, and I'm like, going, I don't know who you are.
Oh.
And he's just laughing. I'm like, oh, you can't come in this driveway. You're not supposed to be on this property. That's how bad it was.
Bob, you've gone quiet for a while. You do know you're on mute, right?
maybe asleep.
Bob,
You may be.
he may be getting with the missus.
Not be. Ew.
Showed everybody it's her cute behind. I wouldn't blame them for cute.
That is cool.
Barry, you need to say something every once in a while so we know you're alive.
Something every once in a while.
Okay, there you go. I knew that was coming.
Yeah, for real.
I already saw one of the land sharks go across the table.
So true. About Maureen. You do, girl. You look so young. When you said your kids, what is it? Kidlet? What? Cadults were coming home.
Yeah.
The cadults. I'm like, what? You look so young.
Oh Lord, my oldest daughter's older than my mother was when she passed away now.
Whoa.
Which is just weird.
That is weird when they get that.
What? You done went back to Chris, you can stop. You can
Your
just
mom
stop.
must have died young though. Then.
She was 42.
Oh.
I was 7 months pregnant with my oldest one whenever my mother passed away.
Oh, I'm so sorry. That's so hard.
See, Chris is trying to throw us all off kilter.
Yeah, I'll be right back.
He's feeling all spicy tonight. It's a little
Deep
spicy.
in the dirt. Let me tell you, Maureen, she's got good genes. Her mom and her grandma and all them had passed down good genes where you look good as you age.
Oh,
Right.
she's absolutely gorgeous.
She is beautiful. She is gorgeous. Absolutely. You like I always had the color. I just cut bangs into it.
I gotta say, I've seen her in jeans. I've seen her in dresses before.
Yeah. Wait, did you mean me or did you mean Mama Al? Because she's looking mighty blonde tonight, looking sexy.
Wait, what?
I was waiting for that reaction.
No, I'm not blonde. I'm just sun bleached. Oh Lord, no, I'm not blonde. It's got actual hints of red, brown, blonde.
Well, strawberry blonde. You look strawberry blonde in this light. It might be the bright fluorescent lights too. Hospital lighting is not the most
ugly. HL, whatever you want. Bathroom.
Bob, you're still on mute for whenever you want to talk, just so you know. Okay.
It's the bright lights in this.
Yeah.
I don't know if you want to call it like no, not caramel. It's some kind of off brownish white in this bathroom.
It's coming up on my monitor as like a light yellow.
But yeah, I need to trim my bangs. But I'm not gonna worry
Oh,
about it.
thank you.
Well,
He's out of the
and
shower.
Don't go with bangs.
He
Bangs
took a
are
long
so
shower,
last
Like we're-
decade.
like we were talking about before, Bob.
Yeah. Mhm.
I don't want to ask to see his hands if they're red or not.
I want it. So.
Oh my goodness.
No, there's Jergens everywhere.
Oh.
There's Jergens all over the place.
I'm just gonna remove the title of this and call it the Jergens stream.
Oh,
Oh yes, it's my growth. Homestead's always
slippery. We're going up a slippery slope.
I know, or down one, more like it.
Isn't it,
It's up.
Oh, it does go.
Right down.
We're on the verge of cleaning the gutters out right at this point.
Quit power washing them babies.
Gear comes out of the shadows to say, just too funny.
see where the preverts are, right? They're popping up now.
Yes, it did.
You're being
Tie a
quiet.
knot in your hose. Ah.
Yep.
Oh my
You
goodness.
got it, Q.
Oh,
Put the lotion in the basket.
sorry. A little bit of humor from earlier that you missed.
What the heck am I walking?
I was saying that, Marina. I put something prayer. I think I put prayer in either the description or the title. I can't remember right now. And I said, wait till the Christians get a hold of this live and are watching it. And we're talking about a couple of things like burying people and, killers and masturbation. Maybe I shouldn't have said that big word. I should. Now I've really blown it. We weren't talking about that. We were referring to something else.
You're blowing it.
I think I'm going to have to just.
Cancel out good karma,
I'm
right?
going to have to burn this.
You may have to rename it.
Yes, I think so too. Adults only. No, it's actually pretty clean compared to some I've been to. So we did all right. We did all right.
This is true.
For a bunch of adults late at night.
Yes, they do, David. They go everywhere.
This is true. Yes. Oh, you're doing 1,000,003 things? Okay. Thank you. I appreciate you being there because YouTube plays with the numbers and they go all over the place. And up and down and all around. And I'm still seeing people chatting in the side chat that have been here. Like, whatever. Don't believe the numbers. Between StreamYard and YouTube, I don't know if they don't communicate right or what it is. I appreciate the
They
thumbs
just
up.
like to play games.
They do.
To get to
What, Barry?
YouTube, it has to go to YouTube server and then turn around and come back. So
Oh, that's probably why. Yeah.
there will be a
Hello,
little bit of
Constitutional
delay.
Carpenter.
Hey, Constitutional Carpenter, what's up? Tien, is that like your other channel? Because you're totally a carpenter and an electrician. Well, a big time. Like, I think aren't you a contractor? Electrical contractor too, Tien? You're definitely in charge on the job lots. Okay, not you. I was just checking. It just seems like everybody's got a second channel or a third or a fourth these days.
Oh my God, no.
Or if
One.
you're a certain channel, you have like 20.
No,
One.
me, I'm lucky to keep up with one.
I know, right? For real.
One is plenty. No, thank you.
It's like
You're
all these people
amazing,
with all these
Tibor.
different Facebook channels.
okay,
I'm like,
Constitution.
why? They just repeat the same stuff on both of them.
Pretty much. Yeah, you might as well just
In
kind of
Mississippi.
combine it. Unless it's two like extremes, you might as well just make it a lifestyle one.
Yeah.
That's why I was just, messing around with the is it the algorithm? Yeah, that's the right word. by changing that last word on my name just to see, and also to see what it would do as far as driving anybody to the channel. Didn't do much at all. Doesn't like for searching. It doesn't. So
They pay attention to content.
Yeah, it's content, and when you're pushing it out, you have to play.
It's all about content. Yeah.
Yep. It's also about just timing your content to your reviewers too. But Mama, you already have a following, and then you're getting all these add-ons too because you have so much content that's valuable. It's the valuable content that you bring that people.
Yes, the family.
The familia. The familia.
The familia.
The familia.
Yep. Evergreen content. The thing that I don't have any of on my channel.
I have a little, but not much. I feel like I need to just totally redo my channel. I'm just feeling so like anti-YouTube.
No, don't start over. Just keep plugging along. Make the content.
Okay.
Do the live stream. They'll find you.
Oh,
that's my problem. I haven't put up videos in.
Oh wait, no, that was the wrong
one.
one.
A few shorts, but that's about it.
Maureen, how are you doing, darling?
Yes, yours two are completely different because I remember looking you up by your name and finding, because I couldn't remember one night the name, God forbid, when we first met, the name of your channel, I think.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, I looked up her name and I found her other channel, which is beautiful. She's a singer. Many of you know that already in the chat, but for those of you who don't, gorgeous voice. So
need
beautiful.
to get her up here and sing you a song.
Right.
That would be awesome.
Maureen, if you're welcome to come up. I just don't want to cut Bob out completely because he's been so quiet. I'm not used to that. Bob and I have been together for years now, and I know he's usually more talkative.
If somebody wants to come up, just holler and I'll step down. Not a problem.
Oh, only if you want to. You don't.
I can hop down because I need to get ready for some kind of form of sleep here soon.
Okay. All right, Mama Al. Well, we'll be praying for you.
Wait, Maureen can come up and sing me a song.
There we go. If she's into it.
All right. Love you guys.
Love you too, Mama.
Love you too. Have a good night.
Love and
have a good night's sleep.
My best. Hoot, hoot.
Hoot,
hoot.
Well, that was nice. I'm so glad she got to get away for a little bit with us. It was great having her. Yeah.
It's got to be stressful sitting in that hospital with them doctors and nurses coming and going and not necessarily always knowing what's going on and knowing he's that bad. It's got to be really stressful on her. That's hard.
Who would that be? Who are you? What? Who's innocent on YT? He's trying to corrupt my visions of innocence of a certain YTer?
Yeah.
Who could that be?
Not on that particular subject, but stuff like this reminds me of just how much the technology amazes me, and how much we can do, and how plugged in people can be, and how good a thing it can be.
Yeah,
it's just awesome. Yeah. I'm amazed by the simplest things.
How it connects us, to each other. I'm grateful for that.
I can't tell you the whole story, but I will tell you this part of it. Trying to think what night it was. This has been a long week for us. Yeah. Monday night, we took off, headed for Texas, and we rented a truck because we were going to tow a car back. We got almost halfway there, and the transmission started acting up on the truck. Overdrive went out. There was no overdrive left in it. So we had to turn around and come back home But I want to tell you something. Facebook and, well, most people I have on Facebook are also YouTubers. But I'm telling you, these people stayed up all night and literally prayed us home with that truck.
Yeah. Yeah.
What should have been a 4-hour drive took about almost 8 hours to get home.
Wow.
Yeah. Technology is great in that way. Because yes, they literally stayed up and prayed us home.
Oh. I can imagine who some of them were, because that was probably back. When was that happened?
This past Monday.
Oh, it was just this past Monday. How did I
Yeah.
miss that? My brain farted. Sorry.
See,
I was thinking.
technology is amazing, but I've got a smartphone in dumb hands. I wish I could get just 10 to 20% of what this phone can do in my hands.
Yeah, that's me with this laptop. And Bob went through it too when he got his. Like, it's just, it can do so many things, but it's like learning a whole new thing.
Yeah.
Right? Like, that's the
Yeah,
same
it
thing when you
is.
get a new phone.
Yeah.
I don't know what it is about turning a little bit over 50 and suddenly it's just harder for me to catch on to the technology.
So
Because
how old are you?
I'm 53 Sunday, 53.
53 Sunday.
Yeah, but some of it is medication too. The medications, like, I didn't know, I think both medications, and it makes sense, mess with my memory and mess with my cognition because it's slowing down my brain so my brain doesn't shoot out pain signals, like a lot of pain signals. But I need to get off them. So I'm slowly working off of one. But Bob, I remember you saying that, like, when you first got your laptop and your daughter, I think they were not in the house anymore, and you're same thing with your phone, and you're like, ugh, what a
David would
pain.
like to have the link.
Yeah.
Finally,
That's what I was trying to say.
it's like I gotta wait for the phone to be able to talk to the computer, to the laptop, and on and on. It just takes time for them to recognize each other and start working in sequence together.
Yeah.
Yep.
The second I'm just watching my cameras here.
Oh, is that what's going on?
He's still, I don't know, it's still not where it should be, Bob. It's like every once in a while he's almost like pre DSL days.
The signal, I think it's the signal that does it. Maybe because his hangout is the garage. Is the Wi-Fi maybe in the house, the router?
It's upstairs.
Yeah, that's why. It's upstairs. Yeah. It's the signal, maybe
Mrs.
not.
said one of the headlights was out on her car, and I'm watching her pulling the driveway on my cameras. It's not out. The headlight's not out.
Huh.
What the hell is she talking about?
That's
So
weird.
Diva's gonna come up and sing you a song.
It might be flickering. I know the cop came and I gave her the link. You're more than welcome.
If you put them up on high, you can't tell one's burned out.
Yeah.
Oh,
I'll be right back, guys.
Okay.
Alrighty.
A cop came up to my light when he pulled me over and he just smacked it and it came back on. He goes, "Okay, I won't give you a ticket." I was like, "Thank you," because I didn't know it. It was out. I was a young driver. Hey, how are you? Good to see you. Saw you earlier. Bushcraft came in for like a millisecond, I think, or was listening maybe in the background. But he came in and I said, I didn't get to watch it all, but I saw you were on his show.
Yeah, it was really great. Really great.
Yeah, I know. And he does all the fancy stuff. He can do OBS. I can't do that. I wish.
Yes.
I wish. I want to learn how to do it. But so how was your day, Miss Popular?
It was good.
Good. What's that clicking?
That was me. I needed to turn off. Hopefully is it fixed or is it still going?
It's still doing a little click. What is that?
Well, I'm trying this on a different computer today. Actually, I did have my YouTube channel was going, and so I had to figure out how to
do it.
How to kill it, and I was like, I don't know how.
It's something
Yeah.
with the audio. Is there a different audio, like two audios competing, like two
I
mics
hope
or
not.
two?
I hope not.
Is it
So
a laptop where it has Bluetooth?
laptop with Bluetooth, and then I have to use earphones.
Okay,
Is
that might be.
it still clicking?
No,
No, it quit now.
quit now.
Okay.
Sometimes that'll do it too. Is those the
Crystal
Bluetooth?
clear now.
Yeah.
Oh, that's good. So you're
There
going to
you
be
go.
53?
Yeah,
That's
Sunday.
exciting.
Yeah.
The baby.
Thank you. Thank you. I don't feel it physically,
Feel like
but
a baby.
inside it just seems like yesterday. Like we were all we feel that. Like, man, you look at old pictures, you're like, it was that long ago? What?
Oh gosh.
Mhm.
I was still in my 20s when I took mine and Paul's senior pictures down. Because people would walk in our house and they'd look at them and they'd be like, well, that's Paul, but who is that? I'm like, well, it used to be me before I was married and had 3 kids.
Oh, wow. Oh,
Well,
thanks,
happy
Constitutional.
birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Carol. Happy birthday. Happy birthday.
Wow.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday.
Thank you. That was beautiful. Oh my God.
Yes, it
My
was.
feet are sore. It was
Thanks.
gorgeous. Your voice is so clean and clear. I love it.
Thank you. Thanks.
Beautiful.
I love, I do love singing happy birthday. And the thing is that even as I'm singing it to you, it's like I get all emotional and I just want to cry
I can
because it's
feel
like
it.
the day that you were born was a miracle and the world changed for the better.
Oh,
And it's like and each one of us, that's what's taken
Yeah.
place. Like whatever your journey has been, you've made an impact into the lives of people around
yeah.
you. And it's like people always go, I don't want to celebrate my birthday. I don't want to, and it's like, no, it's the
Wow.
day that the world changed for
Yeah.
many people around you. And some people who you touched, and some people you don't. But you changed the world. And
I love that.
it always just makes me feel, it just feels like it's such a monumental moment,
I
the
love that
day that you
mindset.
breathed your first breath. And now you've been doing it for 53 years.
I know, right? I can't believe God's given me that much oxygen. I feel very privileged. Very privileged. He
I
could have
think
snuffed it
sometimes
out
I
at
don't
any
think he
time
should
in my
give me.
20s. What was that?
He shouldn't
Sorry.
give me that much oxygen is what I think sometimes.
Yeah,
Some of the things
I
that,
look
you're like,
back and think the same thing. That's when it's
yeah.
like, okay, I'm going to donate this small Gucci purse because, you probably should have killed me back then. And that's my offering for being such a snot back then.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Oh, I'm sorry, old ways. I know. I was thinking that. Yeah, I know. Well, some people are just, God has to deal with them more.
And he does.
And he does. Yep. That's
Yeah.
right. He sure does.
Yeah, that is the truth. But it, unfortunately, whatever her problem was, that's her.
Yeah, it's her thing.
That was her garbage.
It's on her.
Yeah.
It's on
Yeah,
her.
that's right. But every single one of us, and of course, like you look at you, Mama Owl, how many people do you touch? How many people do you change their lives? Do you encourage them? Do you, and it's like, so your mom was totally wrong.
Yeah.
Oh, yes.
Yep.
Yes.
That's right.
Because always
Amen.
is a huge blessing to a lot of people. I mean, a lot.
Yes.
Yes. Especially with then getting on YouTube and giving that knowledge to so many. Yes,
Exactly.
You've totally proved that wrong.
Yeah. And when I have, people ask me questions, I go, I don't know, but go ask Mama Owl.
Right.
She'll know what the answer is.
Yep. I do too.
I just even go, I have that question. I got to remember to ask it to him.
Wow.
We all touch each other, and we're all interconnected. And you look, don't think dirty. We're all touching. Somebody's touching me right now. It's dark in here. Oh, never mind. I ain't got nothing to say. It's gonna be something deep and thoughtful, but the hell with it now.
Well, because you got me a couple
I had
times
that
tonight.
happen in the seaside bar
What was that?
in Singapore one time.
In Singapore, Seaside Village. What was that?
I heard Carol's little snicker. I just could not.
Seaside bar in Singapore. Really dark. And,
Mama Al, you are a blessing though, to a lot of people.
Yep.
And a great teacher.
She's got knowledge that she's sharing. And, people, good folks has got to share what they can. I mean, it's a battle. And you've got to get out there and let your light shine. And
absolutely.
And give people the gift of whatever the hell you are,
Yeah.
That's good. Get down
That's
around
good. Yes, let's underline that. That's good.
Yeah, whatever.
Decent.
Yeah. And also, like when you think about it, Mama Al, you could have stayed small and believed what your mother said.
Yeah.
But you pushed through and you actually rose to the occasion and you said, nope, I'm leaving all that garbage in the dust and I'm moving forward. And I'm it's like who you are is huge to so many people. And there's lots of us that, you do touch and we do talk about it, but there's people that you touch that they haven't even a clue, and so it's like, wow. Like, so even more kudos to all the knowledge that you have, but also the tenacity to actually push past what was, trying to squelch you and trying to push you down.
Amen. Made it a lie. Yep. You lived in a way that it became a lie. Yep. What was that, Homestead?
I love the positivity.
Right? Yeah. Isn't it awesome?
I don't even know where I'm sitting with this phone and whether or not people can hear me. Depends on the angle or whatever.
It's the, I think, connection too, like the Wi-Fi's and all that. It's the tech stuff too.
Yeah. Well, I took a trip and I'm visiting my parents in my hometown and I got here and it's like the Wi-Fi is so bad.
Oh no.
It's like,
oh no.
I recorded a video. I'm trying to upload it, and it's like I can't even upload photos.
Oh no.
Up to iCloud and stuff like that. It's just like I'm up for hours trying to edit stuff. So.
Thank you, Constitutional Carpenter. Appreciate that. Yeah,
we love y'all too, Mama.
Wow. Yep. And again, for those of you who can spare something or who would like to join the cook-off, what's it called again? Homestead.
Old Ways Summer of Giving Cook-Off.
Okay.
Right.
Old Ways Summer of Giving Cook-Off.
I'm gonna have to put a sticky note next to my right there. It was like when you renamed Shed Wars. I was like, what is it again? If you'd like to join the cook-off, can they do it through her PayPal as long as they leave their name with the PayPal, right? Is there a way to tell if it's a gift from friends and family?
Mama Al has different ways of transferring funds.
Okay.
You can leave a note.
This is one of them that I have the link. Yeah.
That's right. That's probably the easiest for most people.
Yeah. And it's a $10 entry fee per dish, right? Is that what you?
Yeah, per dish. $10 per dish.
Yeah. Is it like a recipe giveaway? It's like a giving of ourselves giveaway. And then Homestead Aquarius came out with really great prizes. If you go and watch his video, it's a picture of coins is the thumbnail. And those are the prizes that are being offered up. So yeah, it's a really cool and better than just a recipe giveaway. It's pretty awesome. And it helps our folks Yeah, and it helps
Yeah.
our Mama Al and her husband. Lol, he's totally
And
unable
it
to work
also helps
since
get your
March.
channel out there. So your
It,
benefits.
Yeah,
it does. It's all great stuff. You
Mhm.
get
that's right.
you get to enter a collaboration, a cook off, possibly win some prizes, make great content,
Mhm.
and all of that is to help someone. And that's the main thing. Just people from
Mm-hmm.
wherever you are on YouTube reaching out,
Yeah.
and helping in any way that you can. If you've got a channel out there, and I mean anybody in here can do their own thing, and raise money, make sure that it goes. People are directed to her about page, so that it's not the complications of links that could be wrong or whatever.
Yeah, she
You know,
okayed the
Yeah.
one I have
yeah.
running.
When she gets a donation, then within whenever she can, she's going to get back to people and say, hey,
Mhm.
you can go ahead and go. I've got your money. You're qualified now to make the thing, because we don't want to have people just freeloading in on this, and as people will do.
Oh yeah.
And it's people don't hear things the right way for whatever reason. But I've put up a few things, and there's, I would love for people to donate their own things to it.
Yeah.
And
Hold
I'd
on one
love to
second.
see it be big.
Tian just said, I do have one question. I never cook a dish. It's always a full meal with sides. I know the answer to this, but you can go ahead and tell them. You guys decided per dish, meaning a side is a dish, right? Like,
Yeah, a side's a dish.
Yeah.
You're wanting to focus in on one item. Like you're cooking a pork roast. That's a dish, right? I mean,
yeah.
if you're cooking some banana pudding, that's a dish.
Mhm.
I may have the words wrong, but it's a per item kind of thing.
Per item, yeah. It's a la carte. There we go. A la
Well,
carte.
as far as that goes, it's like whatever you're going to be, you can only enter for judging
You can only
one
enter
thing.
one dish.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
can cook a whole meal, but
Yeah.
only one part of that meal can be covered and voted for with that $10.
Yeah.
If you want to cook 5 things in the same meal, then make a donation of $50. And any $50 or more donation is unlimited dishes. You cook as much as you want.
Mhm.
Cool.
Yeah.
And by the way, talking about something that's incredible, and I hope that she will enter. Not learn your land. I forget her channel name.
I hate it when that happens.
She's in our community, but she's kind of new to me, and her name is not. But she made, y'all listen to this, but banana bread, sourdough, banana bread, French toast.
Interesting. I've had it brioche. Brioche is the egg bread, which is all.
She drove me crazy with this stuff. Sourdough, banana bread, French toast. It's like all of a sudden I've got to have that. Loving the land every day. I think that's the name of her channel.
I think too, since it is Mama Al, if you do like a meal in a jar or a cake in a jar, could you do that? You think?
Yeah. Well, yeah, I mean, whatever you wanted to be judged on, because we're all going to get together on a live stream and people are going to pick whatever they think their favorite dish is. So,
Yeah.
A meal in a jar is like a one pot, one pot meal.
Yeah, one pot meal. Mm-hmm.
That's still just technically one dish.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Meal in a jar is technically one dish. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because you're going to prepare, you're going to pour the thing out and eat it on a bowl or in a plate. Like chicken and dumplings is, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Donate $50 and then do 10 dishes. That'd be great.
Exactly. The important thing is just to get the funds to them and have fun. The funds and the fun.
I've got one more thing I'm going to do that I haven't made a video on. It won't be a long video, but I've got one more little bit of little thing that I thought of I'm going to do. I just hadn't figured out how I'm going to do it yet. But it's all about getting them some funds to help them out while they're going through this.
It's a great way to look at it. Tibor said it. Family says to bring a dish. That's one item to make a meal. Like when you're going over for a holiday. Just bring a dish. Bring a dish.
Always bring Coke or tea. Yeah.
I'm surprised you don't bring Nutty Buddies for you and the kids.
Kids are buying their own Nutty Buddies nowadays.
Yep. I was gonna say he would have. Then that would mean he'd have to share them. So
that's true. Yeah.
Yeah, they can share them. And I will say, Nutty Buddies in the freezer is a wonderful thing.
Just waiting to be hungry.
Get that.
Yeah. Well,
we're talking about an auction too. It's just we just want to throw out as many ways as we can to help folks. Help Mama Allen Jr. It's a terrible thing they're going through, and life keeps going on. They need money. I'm not the greatest spokesperson, so please, whatever y'all can do to help spread the word and do something on your own is wonderful.
Oh, those sound good, but I can't have them. Mint Oreo thins in the freezer. My husband would probably love those, but then he'd be like, "Did you use a coupon?" Because they're getting expensive. If you're not on sale, those Oreos are getting really expensive. But sorry, your brother from another mother over there upstaged you with his
Oreo thins in the freezer. Sound wonderful.
Actually, my husband Tian puts the peppermint patties in the fridge, and they are just like so good. And then I don't know, it's a texture thing too, all at once.
Yeah.
But to watch him eat it, it's the cutest thing. He'll be like, he just sits there and savors it, takes little bites around the edges, and then he'll bite the center real slow. Meanwhile, I'm like,
It's like, how do you eat a Reese's? Do you go around the sides, weakening the prey, breaking off the edges?
Yeah.
No.
Like a big chunk,
No, you stuff it in your mouth and eat it.
Right. Somebody might try to take half if you don't get it in your mouth fast enough. Yeah.
Oh, I want to see somebody take half.
My mom makes the best Buckeyes, and you never see me just going.
Yeah.
My hand's already reaching for the next one. It's like
I've got a killer Buckeye recipe. I've had that recipe since I was like 16 years old. And
what is Buckeye?
Oh, no, you don't eat them.
A lot of people think that peanut butter balls are Buckeyes, but they're not. Buckeyes have different ingredients in them.
Oh,
they
really?
have the peanut butter in them, and they have the powdered sugar in them.
Mm-hmm.
But the recipe I have also has graham cracker crumbs, butter, coconut.
Oh, never had that.
Oh, yeah. It's a very rich, decadent, dipped in chocolate.
Buckeye. Wow, I've never had that with coconut in it. We made them like at church with my little Sunday school group for the first time.
Better if you roast that, if you put that
Roast
coconut in the skillet and roast it a little bit.
Yeah.
Wow.
Oh, yeah.
I love that with chocolate.
Yeah.
Like coconut and chocolate. And I used to love those almond joys.
Yeah, you make them into balls, and I put them on a shelf in the refrigerator. I cover a shelf with foil, and I put them in the refrigerator and chill them, and then dip them in chocolate.
Oh, but maybe we got a Buckeye off. I don't know how you say that properly. Buck up and bring your Buckeyes. Yeah, have a buck off.
Don't have a buck off.
I mix the chocolate for mine. I don't use just straight like milk chocolate. I do a combination of milk chocolates and dark chocolate.
Oh my. It's definitely gone MA. I'm gonna have to change the title. I'm gonna have to read it.
Someone brought me a loaf of zucchini bread, and the first bite I took, I immediately knew that there was something different about it, and it had banana in it, and I thought this is freaking amazing.
So it was really like a banana loaf with
Yeah,
zucchini in it.
it was
So
just oh
wow,
my god! I thought,
double
why
moist.
didn't Mom do this?
I can't do bananas. I'm extremely allergic
What?
to them.
Oh, that's right. You're allergic. I forgot.
Oh,
Yep.
You know, I was
Yeah.
8 years old when I learned that bananas are a berry, and I still haven't processed that.
That's what CR was saying. I didn't know that, and I grow bananas. I don't remember reading that either. So I
That's-
got to go back and
oh.
research that. So
That's
weird.
wrong.
It is
Yeah.
almost the time of year to start making cherry cordials.
No.
It takes a while. Same with fruitcake. If you want a good fruitcake,
Mhm.
it needs to be made months in advance.
Are you
I
okay,
was
Bob?
just going to say something.
And you put a
fruitcake.
shot of rum in the center of that fruitcake and wrap it tight and let it soak into the cake.
Oh my god!
I was just going to say, you know what I miss?
Oh,
Really,
dear.
is my grandmother's generation. A Christmas gift was a fruitcake wrapped in aluminum foil.
Mm.
I never saw a purpose for that crap.
Oh, it's
Just like,
it's a good doorstop if they make it real solid.
Fruitcake is wonderful.
My
Oh,
mother's fruitcake was
God.
a whiskey
I
cake.
love
It was
fruitcake
so good.
if it's made properly and it
Yeah.
has been allowed to absorb all the rum
Yeah,
into it.
exactly.
Well, I remember
The
being
Jamaicans have it down.
sat down and you eat that, Bobby. You eat that. That's
This
your
will knock
Aunt
you down.
Bertha's special fruitcake. Oh my god!
Hey,
You know what, Dad?
Oh.
If we get 50 more of these, we could build a tool shed out of these things.
Oh, Tien, I was wondering, anybody ever freeze avocado? Like, how do you keep avocado? In Florida, we
tried.
have avocado season, and it's a ton of avocados come in, and everybody's like, here, have some avocados. I have a ton of avocados, and I don't know. And they're Florida avocados, so there's a little more water in them. They're not like the Mexican avocado that's like buttery. Some of them are sweet. Like it's really weird. Like you would never believe how many different textures and tastes come with an avocado. It's the same thing with like I never knew about how many flavors you could get a mango in and how many textures you could get a mango in is unbelievable.
Yeah.
But
Avocados don't last long in my house, Carol. They don't
Yeah.
last long. We get home with those things and slice and get a spoon and just go.
I
at it.
usually do that. The Florida ones, I don't like. You need to put them in a smoothie because they're so like it just isn't as enjoyable as the Haas that way. Like the Haas avocados, oh, I do that. Just sprinkle a coarse salt and maybe a little lime or lemon. But they're not like
Yeah,
that.
my
The
missus
texture is
uses
different.
a little bit of, is it evaporated milk or condensed milk in that?
Oh, that's right. They
Like
eat them sweet. Okay.
Yeah, like that. Yeah, that's how the Filipinos eat them. Yeah,
That sounds exactly like a dessert.
it is good. Oh man.
Like a smoothie. That's probably what I should do is just I'll go on the avocado smoothie diet and I'll just poop for a week after. On my camera. That's like, oh my gosh, that's a lot of fat. Even though it's good fat, it's just without a gallbladder. Holy cow. That could be bad. What's it? 30-day cake is the best dessert. What is that? 30-day cake? Is that because I know like when I said the Jamaicans do really great fruitcake, they do them for weddings and celebrations, and they soak the rum into that cake for really like they baste it almost every day. From what my old boss was telling me, they were English Jamaican, and they're like, oh yeah, and they're talking about making this cake, and it was like a month out. And they're like, oh no, we just go in every day and we baste it with
Mhm.
rum. And I'm like, is there cake left after you guys are done?
I don't
Eat a
know.
piece and you get drunk.
Yeah, right. Does it hold together anymore?
My family growing up, they never put rum in that fruitcake stuff, and it was just like,
Oh,
wow, what a colorful block of sawdust. Thanks, Aunt Martha.
poor woman. She probably thought she was like doing the best thing ever. Oh,
And if you had enough frosting, you could probably use that for the mortar.
Yeah, what a trick.
oh, okay.
Yeah.
Pretty much, it's pretty much like a brick made of flour, right?
Easy
It's
there,
something
TN.
else.
Yeah,
I'm not putting that up, TN. I don't like that.
Sometimes they put gumdrops in them and all this other stuff, and great, Aunt Martha. I need more water.
See, I miss my grandmother's cakes
I'll
that she
put it up.
made in the holidays, right?
I don't know if I believe that about the Jamaicans. Most of them are more into the ganja that I've met than they are into the rum. The Cubans like their rum and cokes that I've met. So, it also depends who they are. Some can't have that stuff. Some won't have that stuff.
So, Robert, you were saying your grandma's cake?
Yeah, sorry, Robert.
Was it a fruit cake?
Oh, yeah. She used to make fruit cake, the most amazing fruit cakes. And then it was pound cakes, right? And it was like a rock, almost, but it was so good. And then there was jam cakes and even prune cakes, right?
Yep. Keep you regular.
Wonderful.
Oh dear, prune cakes.
Wonderful. And
I hope she would warn people about that, Robert. This one's prune.
Oh. Well, now you just get them with the you get the cakes with the built-in Olestra,
that'll do it. Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
like the Pringles with the Olestra when they came out with that. Like, it's fat-free. Also, you'll lose your bowels after you have a handful.
Yeah. Eat too many and find out what happens.
Oh yeah.
I'm sorry.
My son-in-law is Norwegian, and they have a cake called Verdens Besta, which means the best cake, and it really is an amazing cake. It starts with your sponges on the bottom, a thin sponge, and then you make some sort of like a vanilla custard on top of it, and then I think there's another layer, and then it's almost like you put two cakes. You have two cakes with this together, and you put one on top of the other, and then it's topped with even with inside it, it's also got egg whites all
like a meringue
meringued up. So yeah, so I think it's cake, custard, and then the meringue, and then cake, custard, and the meringue, and it's basically, you're almost putting them like this, and it's an absolute
delight,
amazing cake. It is like the best cake.
Like
especially if you're Norwegian.
Oh, I'm sure. Oh, it's the best cake. The best cake is here.
It's right.
Can you imagine though if you brought something else to the party? Oh, this is not the best cake. I'm sorry.
This is not the best cake.
Yeah.
No, you brought a fruit cake.
Yeah.
Really?
Oh, we have the door holder cake. There it is.
That's right.
Oh yeah, we won't invite her back again, eh?
Exactly.
How many of you have ever wondered if Grandma just brought the same fruitcake from last year?
From the year before.
Because it can last forever.
Yeah. Yep.
Fruit cake does last forever. I was able to eat on that for like 6 months out of the year before it was all gone.
Why is that not a prepping item?
Because it doesn't taste good.
Yeah, well.
Ideal for eating or home defense.
Yeah.
For me, though, with fruitcake, I'm allergic to all the nuts and all the fruit that's in it, so I can't eat it anyway. But my mom is an avid fruitcake maker, and she is gluten-free, and so she gets the rum or the brandy that she knows that won't affect
the clear
her.
rum or
and it's just fantastic. You know, she absolutely loves it, loves making it, and it's days and days and days. And then it's like,
Would
would
you
everybody
ask her what if she uses a whiskey? What whiskey? Mom used to use Jim Beam, but being gluten free, it is a darker liquor, so I wasn't
I
sure.
think it's Drambuie.
Okay.
I've seen that on her counter, so I have
Okay.
a feeling it's Drambuie, but I will confirm that and let you know.
Okay. Thank
I
you.
could do. I could have Bob and T.N. Bushcrafter work together and build me a trebuchet. And you can all send those fruitcakes that you've been collecting back there in the closet.
There you go.
Send them to me, and then when SHTF hits, man, I'll be set for security. Just, you know, the cats can take the rest of the year off.
Yeah.
You know?
Definitely.
Or one thing we could do too, Barry, is look into making that stuff into some kind of portable body armor, like chest and back plates for shit hits the fan. That shit's bulletproof, man. Ain't nothing gonna go through that shit.
I don't know. The blue jays might start attacking you because they do love fruit. So, like, step outside and it'll be like the birds.
Fruit and the nuts in it.
Yep, the fruits and nuts, and the birds will be like.
Have every raven in Washington
They'll
State.
think somebody put a soot block out for them.
That's true. It's a big walking suet block. Bob will be like, no.
Don't make some fun of me. I feel bad.
Oh, gross. No way. Ew. That's disgusting. How could they distill it through Dawn? That is so gross. He worked in the plant. He did electrical for the plant.
You know, some potheads thought about that.
I'm so glad I did not eat Olean or Lestra or whatever.
Yeah, it's just
add alcohol.
Most of the people in my parents' generation did not drink. They wouldn't even have it in a fruitcake. So maybe if they mixed in some rum or something, that might have made it tolerable. But they could,
that's what it was. Yeah, because they didn't drink, they didn't use it.
It was dry, man.
Fruit cakes should be made well in advance, but you don't let them dry out.
No, you don't. Yeah,
shouldn't
they should
be dry.
Be moist, and you want to use a good rum in them. And the rum isn't just poured over it or basted onto it. It is actually put in a shot glass and put in the center, and then sealed up, and it slowly soaks up the rum.
Absorbs, huh? Okay.
That's cool.
Yeah, fruitcake shouldn't be dry. They should be very moist and
they should be very moist.
Disgusting.
Mm-hmm. My mom actually made.
Let's work on that trebuchet thing. Yeah, that catapult. We'll come up with a fix for the.
My mom actually, I think, made it was more of a Kentucky whiskey cake for Christmas is what she would make. And she would soak and she preferred to use like the cherries and just the pecans. Pecans. I know it's pecans. But you know, that was for my Yankee friends. Pecans.
All right now.
Hey, it's my family. Honey, call me, it's the same family that calls me Carol. Carol. You can get the pecans at the store. So she would soak that probably a month in advance, and then she'd make the cake, and the cake was like a brown sugar deliciousness, and it would just absorb that whiskey flavor and the fruits, and it was so good. But I'll tell you what, she had so much whiskey in that fruit, or so much fruit in that cake that was soaked in whiskey. You just take like a square. That's it. She would make a big bundt. You would cut the slice of the bundt cake, and then you would quarter it, and you would only take a square.
So it's a shot size. You can put it in
like a shot size. It didn't get you drunk, but it was like the whiskey taste was pretty strong. It was delicious though. It melded all together. So nice with those pecans. Pecans. Yes, that's how you say it. Let's all have a lesson, even for the Yankees watching. It is a pecan.
Not no pecan.
Oh, just puff.
The alcohol evaporates, but if that cake is sealed with that shot of whiskey, or not whiskey, shot of rum in the center of it, it has nowhere to evaporate to but into the cake.
Oh.
And that's why it's done the way it is.
I think you should
See,
enter
that's
that
why
in
these
the
things are
contest.
generational. That's why these things are generational, because they get loaded when they're cooking this stuff. And they forget how old that freaking cake is. That actually was from 2 generations ago, and they just get loaded and pass it off to the next bunch, you know?
Yeah.
That's what
True.
it is.
True.
Christmas
Hey,
around
WD.
here is
My
like an
grandmother didn't eat
alcoholic's
that.
dream come true, because I'm baking and everything else with a
all
lot
the
of
time. WD.
a lot of alcohol. I also make I make a pina colada fudge.
What?
Oh yeah, rum balls. Oh
I
gosh,
remember the rum
cordial
balls.
cherries, and then make chocolate covered cherries out of those. It's like it's literally like an alcoholic's dream come true for Christmas.
Oh wow.
Sounds
I
like
worked for the Italian bakery. They made rum balls, but of course it was like really a downer to find out they used rum flavor. Because I was like 16 going, ooh, rum balls? I'll try one of these in the back.
thought you were getting away with something, didn't you?
Thought I was being,
You were having rum.
thought I was having rum.
Nope.
Nope, just rum flavoring.
See, that changes my whole perception of you, Carol. I thought you were this sweet, innocent, but no, you were.
Oh, of course I was. I was
With
just trying to protect my customers. Well, so I could tell them what the experience was like.
I thought you
If
were.
they ate 1, 2,
Okay.
3, 4.
All right. Okay. It's okay. You don't have to explain anymore. It's okay.
Oh my gosh. I'm gonna, I'll be quiet now.
So Hugh said that the cake was literally called drunk fruit cake, and the children are not allowed. You know, if you had attended one of the dinners at Grandma's house, Grandma Fleming and the Fleming side were Catholic, and they really didn't care if they poured you a glass of wine and you were 7 or 8 years old. You still got a glass of wine with your Christmas or Thanksgiving or New Year's. I mean, so Q, I don't know, that wouldn't have flown very well in my family. I mean, it's just the way it was. You had the Catholic side and the Jewish side, and it was just like the Catholic was, hey, let's get the kids drunk and they'll go to sleep while they're watching.
That's pretty much what it was give the kids some too, and they'll settle down and go to sleep.
The only problem was I was a hyper child, which is funny because now I wish I had that energy, right?
Yeah,
but,
right.
It didn't work.
No, it does the opposite with hyper children.
Yeah, did you give him the whole Monty? And yeah, he's had 2 already. And I'm just like bouncing off the walls,
That would be Malachi. Yep.
They would send me outside.
Mm-hmm. Malachi's that way with Benadryl.
Yeah, my youngest was that way with Benadryl.
Oh
dear Lord. If you had to give her Benadryl, she'd be literally running from one end of the house to the other, beating her head on the walls.
Was she that way too with red dye? Like if they put red dye and stuff?
Not really. I don't think.
Malachi. It makes him neurotic. It's really sad.
No, some of the medications they had her on, especially steroids. Oh my gosh. You couldn't even look at that child. She would. It was like a demon come to life. She'd be literally screaming at you like you did something to her. Just looking at her.
I know. I wonder sometimes. Sorry, I didn't mean to talk over you. I wonder sometimes with Malachi if he didn't have to take the asthma treatments, which are like an aerosol steroid, if it would help with his behavior. But I deal with the behavior, he doesn't breathe, so I have to deal with the behavior. But I just feel bad. I wish there was a kind of happy medium. I need actually to go. It is 3 a.m. here, actually 3:09, and I love spending time with you guys. But I think my husband will be up.
I've actually, when she was little, I've had neighbors literally just walk into my house because she would be screaming to the point neighbors could hear her. And they'd come and walk in my door and they'd be like, we thought maybe you were beating her. And I'm like, no, She's just
Yeah.
back on the steroids again for her lungs.
Oh my gosh, that's so sad. Yeah, he gets that way he gets off the wall Benadryl, and then this is the craziest thing. They put red dye in children's medicine when they're real sick.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
And
counterproductive, isn't it?
isn't it? Yes.
It
Someone
is.
imagine that.
It is.
So he would have I think it was amoxicillin in his pink. And he was acting so, I thought it was because he was sick. I didn't know what it was. And then I looked at the medicine. I'm like, wait a minute. Crap, this is pink. It's got red dye in it. Very few don't have the dye in it. There's like 3 to choose from. And while my mom was in the hospital, I think it was right when we got back home, he was sick and he needed an antibiotic. And she gave him the one that didn't have the red dye. Well, it happened to be a really too strong antibiotic for his little system. He was just like water coming out of his backside while I had all that going on with mom, and I'm changing him constantly. I was just like, I was so mad. Like, really, doctor? Like, you couldn't have found one that was just a little step down from. It's horrible. But anyway, yeah, there's only like 3, which is a shame. I don't understand it. But thank you, everybody, for coming tonight. I don't know how to transition from that correctly.
Good night. Hang up.
Thank you very much. I appreciate you singing for me. That was beautiful. And I appreciate just the support we had for one another tonight, and just the compassion for my Mama Al and each other, and the positivity, like Homestead Aquarius said. I really, really enjoyed tonight a lot. So come on back and do it again
it's pretty
sometime.
refreshing considering what the shape the world is in right now. You have to. That's pretty refreshing.
You know, as much bad and evil as there is going on in the world, there are still good people.
Yeah, I agree. It's just harder to find them now because they're forcing the good people to go and hide for all the bad stuff.
Thank you.
Good night, guys, in the side chat. I'm going to end it, and you guys can stick around.
Good night, everybody. God bless all y'all.
Good night.
Bye.